What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. Season 3, Episode 5 of Hit the Books, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of sports and sports gambling. Each episode, we break down each NFL matchup and trends for the week, provide analysis, and offer up our best bets and betting advice. So let's jump into Week 4 of Hit the Books. On this week's episode, this is Week 4, Dallas week for us. We're heading to Dallas. Cowboys and Patriots in Dallas, Texas at AT&T Stadium. My Steelers just a little bit south in Houston. It's going to be a great week with lots of great matchups. Some news around the other leagues as well. College football in full swing, MLB playoffs quickly approaching, as well as the NHL regular season right around the corner. Don't forget about our live stream every Sunday, showcasing our 5 favorite games of the week and giving out our winning bets on those every Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern, YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, Kick, and more. This week, all 4 of us are together for that, so I'm super pumped about that. But let's jump right into this week's episode and introduce my co-hosts, Huff, Ace, and Mackie. Mackie, why don't you start us off this week, buddy? What's going on?
Yeah, not much. Watched the pretty brutal Cowboys performance last week. Had a lot of hope going into that, but obviously lose as 11-point favorites is pretty bad. But other than that, I'm just happy to be in the middle of football season. We're 3 weeks down already, and I'm already getting kind of upset because the season's flying by so quick. But yeah, just getting in the swing of things.
Love to hear it. Ace, why don't you get us going next? Love the hat. What else you got for us, Dallas, this week?
Yeah, I have the best Hit the Books podcast hat in the nation. But no, moving on from that, hyped for this week, going to Dallas, going to get to see my Patriots live in what is it, AT&T Stadium, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Jerry World. That's what I'm excited for, to see that
World,
one.
that's
but
all you
hopefully
need
the
to
Patriots can continue their winning ways after last week. Patriots trending up, Cowboys trending down. I don't know, Mackie. I like our odds here. This will be a good one.
You just sound like a basic Patriots fan with that one. But yeah, let's see if Mac Jones can walk into Jerry's World and get it.
Yeah, you guys just lost to the Arizona Cardinals, and they're the worst team we've seen in the NFL in years. So I don't know what.
You just got your first. You guys just
At least you have Trayvon Diggs. Oh wait.
You
No, you
just
don't.
chirped a season-ending injury. That's such a Patriots fan thing to do.
I already
It's such a
chirped Aaron
Boston
Rodgers
thing
for
to
the
do.
same thing. He dropped off early, and the Patriots took it to the Jets again.
Thing to do.
12 in a row against the Jets.
Patriots finally get their first win, and Patriots fans just can't stop yapping. But we'll see it. We'll see after Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, those 2-0 starts really nice going into the regular season, but playoffs matter. I don't think you have any ring count in your life, so learn from the big dogs.
Talk to me when the Patriots are in the playoffs.
Hey, Mac, you wearing that Ezekiel Elliott jersey to the game? Oh, wait, he's on the Patriots.
Yeah, but his best times were in Dallas, baby, with the star, and he knows
Yeah, and
it.
they're going to continue to be his best times in Dallas. This weekend, I'm going to be there, you're going to be there, and Ezekiel Elliott will be too, and he'll be back in the end zone.
We'll see.
It'll be a good one. I'm hyped. But before that, we got to kick Jesse and Huff's ass in golf the day before, so.
We'll see about that one. Seriously. All right, Huff, finish it off. What do you got for us?
Yeah, not much else going on with me. Like I said, I had a pretty solid week in the NFL. Steelers pick up a win in Vegas on Sunday night. Steelers are 2-1. Things are trending up in Pittsburgh. Vibes are high. And as far as on the card, everyone had a pretty good week this week. Mackie led us off 5-3 plus 3.80 units. Ace with 7-3 on the week plus 3.52 right behind there. That's a pretty fucking insane record. I didn't realize we were 7-3. I was 4-3 plus 2.85 units. I wish I did not have a play Sunday or Monday night, and I would end the week 4-1. And Jesse 4-4 minus 0.32, Jesse. But we are all positive heading into week 4, so that's a big thing. I had a big week. I think me and Mackie were the ones that were sitting under the positive unit threshold, and we were able to get that back. So heading into week 4, everyone's in the positive unit range, looking to keep keep things rolling going into week 4.
Yeah, those 2-0 on my 2-unit plays so far, so that was big for me. Obviously, I was minus 2.5 at least going into this week, so coming out positive is definitely huge.
Yeah, Mac is a dog for balling, getting the balls, taking them out, saying 2 units, I'm down a lot. Here we go, we're right back in the mix of it. Leading the week, that's a dog move right there. Dog of the week goes to Michael Mackey.
When you love a play, you love a play.
Yeah, I mean, you love a play. It's called the Mortal Locks. Tune into our live stream Sunday morning. I'm 3-0 on those, baby. Anytime touchdowns. You had fucking CMC, Saquon, and now Kelsey. Who's it going to be next? Just wait and see.
That's what I was betting all weekend. I let the adrenaline get to my head, and Sunday and Monday night it started with the Cortland Sutton, the plus 210. I was like, all right, I got something rolling here with these touchdowns. And then I did the 4 o'clock with the Miles Sanders and I'm blanking, Kenneth Walker, and I went 2-0 on the touchdowns there. I'm like, all right, something's going on here. And then, I don't know, if they couldn't get Pickens in, and Monday night couldn't get the Swift one. Off the card did have success with the Mixon first touchdown. I fucking need to card one of these first touchdowns, but it seems like everyone I card I don't hit, but hopefully get one on the card sooner or later.
Disappointed in you and Jesse for not carding these Steelers money line back-to-back weeks in the prime time. I threw on an off card, but as an unbiased fan, it's a little sketchy, but get some bias in there. I threw the Patriots on the card for the first time, but I knew they were going to little brother the Jets, and now I'm 1-0 with the Patriots on the season. Maybe I'll be 2-0 after this week. I don't know.
We are here. It is week 4. Lots to look forward to. Some notable dates before we jump into this week's episode. Like I said, we're heading to Dallas this week, just 2 days away before we fly out for that. Golf on Saturday. Huff and I are just going to beat some ass. I can't wait.
Beat each other's ass, you faggots.
Yeah, because we're so mad at
Oh
each other.
God! I saw Huff at the. He was locked in. He posted a snap story of nothing but a driving range, and I'm like, I've been to a driving range once in the past 2 years, but
This
I
is
know
my
how to have a good
teammate.
time. So
This is my teammate.
no, Mackie. I'll just bring enough beers where we can level the playing field because my play goes up when you mix those in. I have a feeling theirs will go down.
We already talked. I talked to Jesse about this. You lose a hole or win a hole, everyone has to take a shot. So everyone will always be on the same playing
Damn,
field.
you guys are
Hey,
gonna
that's
be
my kind of
drunk.
golf. Shot golf. After every hole you lose, you take a shot. That's my.
You guys
You're
are gonna
getting
be
into my wheelhouse,
drunk.
Mackie. We might have a good chance here.
Yeah, I like our chances a lot better now. Get Huff a little on edge. You know, that kid's going to be losing it. Chucking
That only
clubs
locks
left
me
and
in.
right.
It only locks me in. Hey,
All right.
one shout out though. I was in a golf tournament Sunday, monsooning in New England during that Patriots game. Listen to it in the cart and go drive on this hole. Club goes flying out 30 yards in front of me. Just gloves so wet, hands so wet, pouring. It goes into this deep brush. We had to like climb through it to go get the driver. I was like, Jesus, you hate to see it.
Oh my gosh. All right. It's going to be a very interesting Saturday. And then as we jump over to AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's going to be a heck of a day. I can't wait. Our buddy Addison's going to be there. Addison, if you're listening, we're excited to see you. But that's all I got there for Dallas. NHL regular season just 13 days away, and the MLB playoffs are just 5 days away. They're
Heating
fast
up.
approaching. So we're right there. We're right in it. You guys got anything on that? You excited for NHL, for the MLB playoffs, that stuff?
I'm hyped to see this NL wildcard race go down to the wire. Same with that AL West. I know Mackie was talking about a crazy value play he had on the AL West there with some good logic. But I'm excited to see the NHL come back too. I mean, hockey's my favorite sport. Love football. Love all of them. I mean, it's tough to rank. But yeah, this playoff run should be good in the MLB, and then another great season of hockey ahead.
Yeah, I'm hyped for the NHL season to come back, but I do love playoff baseball, same thing. So I have kind of died off in the world of baseball the past couple of weeks as football came back, but obviously with the playoffs coming back, that's something I eat. Playoffs is must-see TV in any sport, so I'm definitely excited for the MLB baseball or MLB playoffs right around the corner for sure.
This upcoming month, it could be my second. It's probably my second favorite time of year for sports. Mackey's is different than mine. My first one is that playoff time with the NHL and NBA and MLB starting up. Mackey's is definitely March, I'm guessing.
March. March is my favorite. This is definitely my second favorite, though.
This has got to be what is it? What would you say? Mid-October is the second best time of the year for
Yeah,
sports.
definitely.
You just have so much. I mean, those leagues are the best though. NFL, NHL start. MLB playoffs are actually good baseball, and the NBA too. I mean, it's good sports. Great betting time.
Once college basketball gets started back up, that's like November is even
Bread and
great,
butter.
too.
Especially with college football right now too. It's been electric so far this year.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's jump right into this week of the NFL. NFL Week 4. I got a little stat here to get us started. If you were to take $100 and bet it on CMC anytime touchdown and rolled it over for his 12 straight games he scored a touchdown, you would have $78.6 thousand. Just honestly,
I did.
Wow.
I actually did that.
Did you, Mackie?
that
Yeah,
was
I did.
Hey,
Mackie.
we're
What
going
are
to
you doing
Dallas.
I have $76,000.
I would love that. What are
No,
you doing
that is
here?
absolutely insane, though.
I've done it 3 games in a row, but I didn't roll it over.
Yeah, it's not
imagine
really-
rolling it over. Like, damn.
I would end up throwing like 20,000 on like a baseball game on
Mackie,
Thursday
I
night
put
and
the
just-
hammer on CMC last week. You saw that, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
I can't do that. That's
That's crazy,
lu-
dude. You
my
literally
luck.
took
He gets fucking hurt or something.
like you actually just threw like 600 to win 300. Like that's just insane.
Just because he gets.
But it
every
hit,
week.
dude. I mean, good for you. I mean, I just
And
could
they covered.
not.
And they covered.
Yeah, dude, they're good.
Alrighty, week 4 of the NFL. We got a special guest here, friend of the show, Big Hoss. What's happening, Big Hoss? Nice to have you here. I know we tried to have you on last week. You called in on Through Ace's phone, and he got you on for a second there, but nice to finally see you here. What do you got for us?
Oh, honestly, happy to be back. It's been a little while since you guys heard from me, but the Ravens are kind of rolling. A little pit stop last week, which obviously isn't ideal, but I think we're on the right track. We're building on a lot of things. Lamar Jackson's playing unbelievable. Love to see that. The defense is stepping into their own. It's just a matter of trying to keep people healthy. I don't know what the hell's going on. It doesn't happen to anybody else. I just look at the Ravens injury list, and each week big names keep coming off the lineup, and I'm happy to see some of them back at practice. Marcus Williams came back today. Ronnie Stanley came back today. Tyler Linderbaum came back today. So a lot of good things going on in Baltimore, and I'm just really happy to be talking about it. So thanks for having me on, guys.
Heck yeah, we're happy to have you here, buddy. Always, anytime. All right, why don't we jump right into this Thursday night game, Lions and Packers. I think we're all kind of excited about this one. It's going to be a good one. Make sure to check out our video that we release on Thursday morning of our total breakdown of that game. But I got some trends to get us going here. Packers 10-1 straight up in their last 11 games played in week 4, 28-4 straight up in their last 32 games at home against Detroit. And the Lions have covered 10 straight divisional games and are 15-6 against the spread in their past 21. Line for this game, the Lions are the favorite, minus 1.5 points in their favor. Their money line minus 122, total at 45.5. Packers money line at plus 104, dropping from 106 I saw earlier. What are you guys thinking on this matchup? Huff, why don't you get us going? I think you're particularly excited about this game.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the games that I was looking forward to this week. We get an interdivisional matchup in the prime time in Lambeau. It's going to be a great game, a great scene up there in Lambeau. This is a good rivalry between the Lions and the Packers. And this Packers team is a team that I've been on. I took them last week. It was a sweaty game, down 17-0 to the Saints. I thought I was out of that game, and then obviously Jordan Love leads the comeback in his first start in Lambeau Field, gets the job done. I'm going to be on the Packers again this week. I think they win the game. You might see that on my card tomorrow night. I have already bet it. I might officially put it on the card and go with it, but I like the Packers to win this game. You're supposed to get guys like Jair Alexander back, Aaron Jones back. Christian Watson's supposed to play in this game, make his season debut for the Packers at home. I'm all Packers tomorrow night. Ace, I think you're on the same side as me. I'm interested to hear what you have to say. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout by the Packers. Divisional game, I think it stays close. But I like the value with the Packers as home dogs.
Yeah, and I love what you said there, mentioning some big names that could potentially be back in the lineup. We're really looking forward to Aaron Jones getting back on the field. He was electric in week 1. We need Christian Watson out there. We've been hearing how good of a receiver he is, and we know how good Jair Alexander is. However, I mean, we got to look at the depth that's been performing for them. Guys like Jaden Reed, second-round rookie selected wide receiver. Romeo Dobbs stepping up to the plate. AJ Dillon been a little lackluster, and they're still finding ways to win without him. That gives me confidence for this team. And I remember Mackie talked about last week, is Jordan Love that guy? We have to see a lot more from him. Obviously, the tape's out. And I think we're starting to see some good play out of him, following in that Lambeau footsteps of great quarterback play. But they're playing against a hot Lions team who a lot of people are high on. Dan Campbell's gone playing well. And like I said all year, I might not think they're that good, but they're going to be must-watch TV week in and week out. Great NFC North battle on Thursday Night Football. Mackie, eager to hear what you say. I do think the Packers get this one. Get that line early if you can at plus, because I think it's just going to keep dropping as names are active more and more.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth on this one. This is probably the best Thursday Night Football game we've had in a while. We usually don't see a matchup like this on Thursday night. So it's nice to start off the week with a game like this. That being said, these two teams, it's looking like these two teams are going to be fighting it out in the NFC North. Vikings start 0-3, so these two teams battling it out. You got to win the home game with these two. So I definitely lean Packers. I'm looking at a teaser opportunity. I'm probably going to tease Packers up to 7.5 and then hit the over at 40. But I like more points in this too. Even though it's a primetime divisional matchup, I think these two teams can battle it out. Jordan Love has definitely proved a lot. That comeback last week shows a lot. That it shows big primetime, steps up in the big moments. So this could be a really good game. But I think the Packers kind of need to pull this one out.
Yeah, honestly, I agree. This is going to be a really fun matchup to watch. It's kind of strange that the line's so close in this one, just because everybody's so high on that Lions team. They have a lot of great playmakers and stuff, but like Huff said, this is going to be one of the Thursday night matchups of the year so far. So I'm excited to kind of see some exotic teams go out there and play. Obviously, we've seen a lot of highlights come out of Green Bay so far. So my biggest thing is this game is going to probably be some props. I mean, I really like Sam Laporta over on receptions wherever he has. I think he's had at least 5 a game in his last 4 or 5 starts with the Lions so far. They've obviously been trying to get him the ball. There's a lot of mouths to feed there, but this Thursday night matchups are always good for a few different props there. So curious to hear what you guys have to say about that. I'm sure Alex has a few cooking up already.
Yeah, it's funny because Huff and I were actually talking about this earlier today. I was like, what's weird is I'm loving these Laporta props. He's looked good all year, been as advertised, but he's sitting at over 4.5 receptions. Huff was looking at the first touchdown, the anytime touchdown. Everything's looking like it could go over here, but that's a tough defense he's going up against. It's the only thing you got to remember. But I think there's more points than we would think in this one. I think Laporta has a good day.
Yeah, I like that the receptions prop for sure. I think Goff has found a new security blanket option in him over the middle. Obviously, I always say, with the quarterbacks and the tight end connection, when you have that good connection, that's huge for a quarterback to be able to dump it to their guy across the middle. And it seems like they really have their connection up there in Detroit. I just saw the odds for Laporta first team touchdown. Let me see what they have it on FanDuel. Yeah, it's plus 700 on both. For a first team, plus 700. It's pretty fucking crazy. The only thing that scares me is obviously the running backs and Amon-Ra St. Brown, how Goff looks at Amon-Ra St. Brown every single possession. So that's the only thing that would scare me there. But 7-1 on a first team, you absolutely cannot complain about that. But I'm just curious of what his odds are on the full 15-1. Damn. All right, yeah, I'll probably go with the first team if I do it. But I actually like Aaron Jones to be the first touchdown scorer. I think the Packers get on the board first. I'm probably going to, yeah, I was going to say, I like Aaron Jones. You can get him at 8-1. But obviously if he doesn't play, you push, but you just got to risk that he doesn't dress and then just not fucking play at all.
Yeah, you know what else, Huff, though? You were touching on some of those weapons alongside Laporta. Obviously, Amon-Ra, all-class wide receiver, Jahmyr Gibbs bursting onto the scene. A guy like Josh Reynolds has been playing great football, and he's had a great connection with Jared Goff as well. I'm excited to see Jameson Williams come back from his gambling, suspension, injury, all that. But he hasn't played a game in the NFL yet. He might be some dynamite to that offense, but don't downplay the effect that Khalif Raymond and Josh Reynolds have had on that offense.
There's also a chance that Montgomery's back in this game, correct?
I don't think so.
I don't think he's going to play. He was questionable, but I don't think he's going to play.
Ace, you bring up Josh Reynolds. He had a great first 2 weeks, so I started him in fantasy last week, and he put up a donut. Didn't even touch the football, so they got to get him the football back.
He's a good player too.
I like him. I do like him.
Big body guy. Yeah. He was good in LA. I mean, I'm a fan. Jared Goff's been electric. I think they brought that connection over from LA, right? Reynolds Goff.
I could be wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong.
They might have. Yeah. Now that you say that, yeah.
I believe they did. But
Goff hasn't been in Detroit that long. He's only been there. This is probably his third year there, third full season there.
First year.
Yeah, and that's a good depth receiver. So excited to see what Jameson can add in. But I think this is going to be a good one to watch. I don't know if I'm definitely going to have a play on this. I think I will, but it's dependent on a lot of injuries on that Packers side.
The Cheeseheads are like they're ace. They're like
it's
our
a Thursday
the
night
Patriots,
game,
Steelers. Those teams just get it done in the prime time. I feel like
they're
the Packers
so
get
similar
it done.
to the Patriots and Steelers. The way their defense carries the load.
I feel like they get it done in the prime time. I like the Packers here.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Good game. Very good game, though. We'll see.
Yeah. I'll probably sprinkle a Lions proper, too, just in case the Lions things could get out of hand.
You guys said it's going to be a great game. I'm excited to see all your picks on that, especially more in our video that we release tomorrow before the game. Let's jump into this Sunday, the first game we're going to talk about here, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Game in London. One of the Jags' 2 games in London. The Falcons visiting who will be the home team, quote-unquote, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags are the favorite here, -3. Their money line, -154. Falcons money line at +130, and the total at 43.5. Since 2021, unders are 15-9. When the Falcons are underdogs, only 4 teams have a higher hit rate in such spots. And at 1-7 against the spread since the start of the 2020 season, the Jacksonville Jaguars are the worst team in the NFL to back when favored. Jags favored here at -3. Ace, what are you thinking about this one? Why don't you get us cooking?
Yeah, I mean, this Jaguars team disappointed so many people last week. We dubbed it a bounce-back game for Trevor Lawrence and co. after that tough game against the Kansas City Chiefs, but they go out there and lay an egg in a divisional matchup to a young Texans team.
At
I
home.
think really surprised them, jumping out to a big lead. But this Jaguars team, their owner loves playing overseas in London. And if there ever is a home game for any team in Europe, it's the Jaguars out there. I mean, this organization knows how to handle it, so you got to hope they bring these new guys along well. But I really think I'm high on Trevor Lawrence this year. I think he bounces back here. I think they can get the dub. I'm eager to see what he can do. Love having an early morning game to wake up to. But I think he's too good of a quarterback to throw up another egg. Hoss, what do you think about that?
No, honestly, I love that matinee football. 9:30, waking up, you already got you making your breakfast. You got some crazy football on the TV. You got the English people going crazy, wearing all these different jerseys, showing up. It's not really a home
They're
game
wearing
for
like
anybody.
I was gonna say they're wearing like a Kirk Cousins jersey at a fucking Falcons game.
Oh, it's the weirdest thing in the world, but you gotta love that. Obviously, just growing the game a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a strange one. I mean, Alex, you alluded to it a little bit there, but I think what are the Jags like? They got to be at least 500 out there in England playing. They've been there at least, I think 10.
It's their home away from home.
They've been going. They've been going every single year, definitely.
Yeah, but you know what's going to be the telltale sign is how many Trevor Lawrence jerseys are you really going to see out there when they show up on Sunday? I mean, it's going to be a crazy matchup. You have a lot of fun playmakers and stuff, but this is a game I'm going to stay away from just because last week they burned me so bad. I picked them in my survivor pool, and I just kind of went down with the ship there. I was so high on your guys' takes. I was like all in on the Jags and the Trevor Lawrence train. I know my brother's a big Jags fan, super closet Trevor Lawrence guy, so definitely sip the Kool-Aid a little bit. Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah, but I sipped the Kool-Aid a little too hard. I mean, they're good, but they're not. I mean, they're definitely beatable. I feel like they kind of play down to their talent. It's going to be a weird game to kind of bounce back in England, but definitely think Trevor Lawrence kind of picks it up from where he left off before that week last week that really got us all down.
I kind of agree. I think this Jaguars team coming into this season had a little too much hype as it was. They finished the season strong last year. And then they got that nice 30-point comeback in the first round of the playoffs, so everyone kind of hopped on this Trevor Lawrence bandwagon. But they're still the Jaguars, and they started the season pretty damn bad last year, and they're starting this season not where they should be. They're 1-2. Obviously, just dropped that game to the Texans at home, which is terrible. I'm not gonna have a play on this one because this Falcons team is definitely hard to read as well. I don't know which Jaguars team is gonna come out. Hopefully, Trevor Lawrence can get back to how he finished the season last year, but you never know with the way that they're playing right now. So I don't really have a plan on this one. I think it's going to be a good game. Nice to wake up at 9:30 in the morning and get to watch football. But this is just going to be a nice football game to watch.
Yeah, I kind of agree with both of what you guys have to say. I'll give you a stat here. So favorites in London in the last 5 London games, the favorite against the spread is 1-4. So obviously the last game being the Jaguars being a 1-point favorite, losing outright to the Broncos last year. Mackie, you said it in that Packers Giants game, the Packers were a 9-point spread. The Giants won outright. Previous before that, Vikings -4. They won by 3. So I don't know. The trends are pointing to the Vikings the Falcons plus the points here. So I think I'm going to go with the Falcons here. I kind of like them in this spot. I like Bijan Robinson to get back in the end zone here after not finding pay dirt last week for anyone on the offense, not scoring a touchdown in Detroit. But I think I'm going to roll with the Falcons here. Give me the points, and I also like the Bijan touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, Bijan ATD, I think I've had that on the card 2 or 3 times already this year. He's been electric. They give him the ball almost every play, going for that offensive rookie of the year, competing with guys like Zay Flowers. But I think that this will be a good game. I think there's going to be points on both sides, especially in London. I really do think the Jaguars get it done. I know they have AJ Terrell. I know they have Jesse Bates, but Calvin Ridley's been a dog, and I feel like he can find the end zone as well. Going to be a fun one to wake up to and watch.
It's almost like a novelty game too. Like obviously, like you're waking up watching football. That's always going to be fun. But like, if anything, it's going to be a prop game. I kind of agree with you, Alex. A Bijan touchdown's probably in the works for the Falcons, but I haven't been able to watch too many of the Falcons games. I've seen them on the red zone a lot. They look pretty fun to watch. The defense, obviously, whole new look there. You got Calais, Terrell, Jesse Bates. Like you got names there, so it's going to be nice to see how they kind of match up against a team that's supposedly all that. But yeah, I'm out on the Jags. I'm all set with them. They took everything from me last week, so you're not going to see me buying into any of the hype there.
Yeah.
If anything, maybe a few props, but I'm not going to be.
Is the AFC South better than the AFC North, though? One of those lower tier teams, like the Indianapolis Colts, took out the class of the AFC North last week. I don't know.
No,
I wouldn't sleep on it too much.
No. You probably will see a Bijan touchdown on my card if I can get good juice at it. I can't wait to, or at least I'm probably gonna bet that just so I can watch it in Toy Story animation, him dashing into the end zone. I'm excited for that.
I'm pretty pumped for that.
Definitely gonna have to get a touchdown prop in that
What's
game.
good with all that, by the way? Like what?
I don't know.
Like, how is that going to play out? Like, do we just turn on the game and it's going to be a Toy Story? Like,
It's gonna be like the
broadcast.
Nickelodeon one. It's just a different channel, different broadcast.
I'm gonna have to. I want to tune into that because I missed the Nickelodeon one, and I just keep seeing like the clips from it. I feel
Yeah,
like
you definitely. It's the kind of thing you definitely got to watch a drive on it. I
It
feel
is
like, or
like
a
30
couple
seconds
plays.
behind too. So if you see a touchdown happen, you can just flip over to the channel real quick and see him score in Toy Story.
Because it gives them time to animate it and do the cool stuff to do.
Yeah.
yeah, you go out the night before, you're still a little hungover, get a little bit of that wacky tobacco, and you just toss on the cartoon version of football. Like, I'll take a few looks at that.
You're cashing a first touchdown, but it's fucking animated on the bedroom or on the floor of Andy's bedroom.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I remember last year, Justin Jefferson cashed in this game. The big stars like to show up in London. They want to be on that TV.
Bijan, book it.
Bijan and then Trevor Lawrence to have a day.
Maybe Ridley against his old team. I like that take.
The revenge game parlay. I saw that one. Calvin Ridley's one of the legs. We'll get to the other two as we go on today.
Good stuff there, boys. Game in London, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Going to be just a good matchup right as we wake up. Excited for that one. One of two.
Ace, I think I know one of the other legs.
Let's jump into these 1 o'clock matchups here. The Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are the favorite here at -3. Their money line at -144. Dolphins money line at +122 in the total at 53.5. A rather high one here for this week. Trends I got here: Bills 11-1 straight up in their last 12 games at home against Miami, as well as 13-2 straight up in their last 15 games at home as a whole. Dolphins 1-12 straight up in their last 13 games played in week 4, failed to cover the past 8 seasons. Mackie, why don't you start us off here, our first 1 o'clock game. Dolphins and Bills in Buffalo. Might be some good weather. What do you think?
Yeah, so the Dolphins just win a football game. They score 70 points. They win a football game by 50 points, and then they open up next week as 3-point dogs. Smells a little sketchy here. I like the Bills. I think these two teams are going to battle it out in the AFC East this year for that number 1 spot. You got to win your home game. Bills are elite on their home field. Way different team. We've seen it year in and year out. You guys know how high I am on this Dolphins team too. I still think they win the division, but Bills are gonna protect home field here in this pretty big matchup.
Yeah, I kind of am on the same side as you. I do have one thing to say about this game. They need to fucking get Chiefs-Jets out of Sunday Night Football and get this game on Sunday Night Football. That is bullshit.
How stupid is that for this game?
That is so stupid. This is a fucking 1 o'clock game. We're barely going to even be able to watch this because we're going to be drinking for the... we'll be able to watch this at a bar in Dallas, but like...
Ravens.
This should be
too.
Sunday Night Football.
Browns Ravens are 1 o'clock, and then you're sitting with Chiefs Jets, and they should have changed the entire schedule once Aaron Rodgers got hurt.
They really should have. They should have just adjusted all the Jets out of it.
Is it too late to flex a game to the Sunday night? Like, when does that usually happen?
Well, I know like week 18 they
usually do it by the
before.
Friday. Yeah, they usually do it by the
Thursday
Friday
to Friday
before.
is the deadline.
There's way too many good matchups this week. Like, I was looking through like the
Fire
pickup.
slate.
There's
Fire
so
slate.
many. Yeah, there's so many great games. Like, how the hell is Zach Wilson getting a primetime game? Like, no disrespect to that Jets team. That defense is legit, but like bury that in the 1 o'clock slate. Like, I want to see some of these big time matchups. Like, I don't understand what the deal is, but hopefully we still have
Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah, that's like, honestly, that's so true. That's so stupid. That's probably part of it, honestly. They love that.
Oh, they're eating it up. Yeah, definitely.
Oh my god, it makes me
So
want to
fucking
throw up.
stupid. Yeah, it's so stupid. But yeah, give me the Bills here. I agree with Mackie. This line looks pretty sketchy in my opinion. I do think the Dolphins are going to drop theirs. I think they scored all their points last week. I still think they get theirs here. Also a very high over, so it's kind of scary. Makes me want to kind of take the under as well and just kind of go Bills with the under. But I cannot bet an under with these two teams. Give me the Bills
No
minus
way.
3.
1 o'clock
Yeah,
on
no-
there scare me.
No way you can bet this under, Huff. You're right. It could because it's divisional and there's probably a high line, but with these two offenses, you want to be on the scoring side. One
You
thing
just-
to take it. One
You'll
thing
feel
to
so
take-
stupid if you bet the under and it goes over. You're just like, why the fuck did I just bet an under?
Yeah,
with the Bills and
that's like the big
Dolphins?"
brain bet there, you know.
Yeah.
You're
really
trying
on
to
one.
you're trying to outsmart the system
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
prove something. It's
Yep.
like, yeah, I bet Bills Dolphins under. It's like, yeah,
They
dude, we get it. You're
they
sick.
scored 75 points.
Yeah, like everybody
Yeah.
else was fucking hyped to watch this.
Imagine
But
having
one
the
thing to
under
look
last
at-
week and the Dolphins just keep scoring, keep
Oh.
scoring. It's like, you're not going to lose by a touchdown. You're going to lose by 45 points.
Imagine being me and Huff and saying that that's a trap game for the Dolphins last week.
My mortal lock was the Dolphins. How do you think I feel?
Yeah, right.
Broncos.
Or the fucking Broncos.
Broncos.
Fuck them. I don't
That's
know. I wish it was
crazy.
the Dolphins.
But no, going back to this game, I mean, it's going to be a good matchup. I'm on the Bills side of the ball, but let's really take a look at this. Tua's stats through 3 games are exactly what they were last year. What did he do in game 4 last year? Somebody pull that up. Did they lose that week? Did he have a bad week? Because we know he's going to follow pace.
Probably got
It's
injured. He's
eerily-
probably cripping.
It's eerily similar. It's exact. How crazy is that? That they are the same exact stats from year 1.
Yeah, that
to
is
year
pretty
2.
cool.
I mean,
He's having a crazy season too, so that even shows that like last year he was
it's
doing it.
crazy
What's his
though.
record
We
in
have val-
Buffalo?
We're putting. I don't know that.
Probably
off
only
the
got
top
like a
of my head.
2-game sample size.
But
He's 5-0 against the Patriots. He's got to have more games against the Bills. It's divisional.
5-0 against the Patriots. It's only 2 or 3
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
years,
So
I guess.
he could be there could be 3 of those games in Buffalo.
Yeah, but he's
That's-
also been injured, so chances are he missed one of those.
yeah,
He
that's a
didn't
good
play in the
point.
playoff game last
No,
year.
Skylar Thompson almost beat the
Skylar
Bills.
Thompson played him, yeah.
But going back to this game though a bit, I mean, Tua's been on fire. He's an MVP candidate. Tyreek Hill's been doing his thing. And look at Devin Achane jumping onto the scene with Raheem Mostert has been one of the best running backs in the league. Not talked about enough. I know Achane had that great week last week, but Mostert's been consistently elite. And when he's on the field, even in San Francisco, he was always elite. He just had those injury problems. But it's crazy to think the 3 of us are all on the Bills, while this Dolphins team is like number 2 or 3 in our power rankings. They've been lighting the world on fire. We have them at plus money, and we're like, nah, give us the Bills. I like them here, though. I really do like Josh Allen and co. Hoss, let me hear what you have to say. I think you're going to be on the sofa, guys.
Bills at home are really something. Like, that's another one of those games.
The Bills are
it's
good.
hard to fade the Bill. Yeah.
The Bills are going to beat the Dolphins this week and jump them in our power rankings. Book them.
I don't even think it'll jump them. I'll still have the Dolphins ahead, unless they like blow them out.
Really?
Yeah,
I'll put
honestly-
the winner ahead.
No,
I
no
hate-
way.
I hate to come on your podcast and blow up your spot, but like, I don't know if you can see that. Big fan. I'm such a Tua truther, honestly. Like, I love the Dolphins. Like, they're such a fun team to watch. Even when
I
they
agree.
suck.
I definitely root for this team. They're half of my fantasy team. I have 2 on both of my leagues, and Tyreek Hill have 1.
This is our dark horse Super Bowl pick. This is our AFC's champion. But I'm like Huff. I think they lose in Buffalo this week.
Week by
Uh,
week by week.
Like my biggest thing is like, you got, like, if I was going to be on the podcast a few more times this year, for sure I would have definitely worn my Tua jersey. I'm such a Tua fan. Like, I've seen him a few times now. Last year I actually went to the game where they beat my Ravens with that cover 0 blitz. Obviously, this is a completely different looking team. Like, they are legit. Like, that offense, if that didn't show you exactly what they're capable of, I don't think the Bills are ready for it, honestly. Like, I think this is another, like, this should be a game that should be on a primetime slate, at least a 4:00 game. But like, if this game was later in the year, even like late November, maybe I'd be coming with a little bit of a different tune. But the way that Dolphins team looked, to take the Bills this week is just absurd to me. I'm telling you, it's going to be a Dolphins game. They're going to all go off. All those little fast guys. It's going to be the track stars, and they're just going to show up and take care of business and beat the Bills. I don't know why we're saying anything different. So
Josh
Yeah,
Allen will have his way.
I'm not going to be betting on this game. I just think the Bills win this football game. I can't bet against that Dolphins team right now.
I feel like a lot of people hope that the Bills are going to win because, like, I mean, I haven't watched too much of the Bills either. I've seen a little bit of the highlights, but like, that team really just doesn't impress me too much either right now.
They looked really good last week.
I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
everybody's
yeah,
going to be high on the
Commanders, but-
Dolphins this week.
Yeah, that's why they might disappoint. I don't think it's going to be another 70 piece, but I don't know. I really like Tua this week for sure. They're not going to come in and lay an egg. I think they're all riding the high right now. So as long as they don't come out flat, they're going to be the same Dolphins you saw last week. Like, fins up for sure.
The best coach in the league too.
Yeah, that guy's sick.
I
I'd love to
love
play
him,
for him.
dude. I love
Yeah.
him.
I'd love to play for him. He seems like he's having a great time out there. I mean, I just don't see them like falling flat on their face after that.
Did you see him on ESPN this morning?
No.
What was he saying?
I don't know if it was on ESPN. Like, they played it on ESPN this morning. It was his press conference. I think it was from this morning, and he was like saying in the most monotone voice, he goes, I mean, if you guys need something to motivate you for a game like this, you need to check your pulse. And everyone's like, He just said that in the most monotone fucking voice. Like, do you need motivated for this kind of game? Like, I don't know, but he's a funny dude. But yeah, I don't know. I agree with Mackie. I can't bet against this Dolphins team. I like the Bills in this spot at home. I think Bills Mafia is going to show out here.
Alrighty, boys. First 1 o'clock game there. Let's jump into this next one here. I'm excited about this one. Huff and I, we looked at going to this one, but we're going to Dallas instead. Steelers at Texans. The Steelers are the favorite here. Another -3 spread. Their money line -144. Houston Texans money line +122, and the total at 41.5. The trends I got here: unders are 8-4 over the past 12 games in which the Steelers have been favored. The Texans are the league's worst, 3-10 against the spread in a game following a win since 2020. I like that second trend a lot, so I'm curious to hear what you guys think on this game. Huff, why don't you get us going here? Steelers and Texans.
Yeah, Steelers looked good last week on Sunday night. It said Kenny was going to have his first 2-touchdown game. I know that's not too crazy to say, but obviously he hadn't had one, and comes out on Sunday Night Football, gets the job done, gets the win, gets the 2 touchdowns. I think he has a back-to-back 2-touchdown game here, goes over the 1.5 as well. I like the Steelers with the points here as well. I think the Steelers are starting to hit their stride. This is a game we need to be able to win. I'm very interested to see how our offense looks against a very young Houston Texans defense, see if they're able to take advantage of some of their holes that they have there. I know they have guys like Will Anderson, Derek Stingley back there in the defensive backs, and they have a couple good defensive linemen that I am drawing a blank on some names right now, but obviously we saw what C.J. Stroud was able to do last week. I think the Texans are going to be able to get theirs, but I like the Steelers. Unbiased, I mean, I know you see the TJ Watt jersey hanging behind my shoulder, but I like the Steelers in this spot. I don't think the Texans are anything crazy. They just beat a pretty good Jags team last week outright as an 8-point underdog. So, yeah, give me the Steelers here minus the 3 points.
Yeah, this is definitely a weird line. I kind of like. I just can't see a scenario where TJ Watt doesn't make CJ Stroud's day hell. I mean, he's going to be running all over that football field trying to get away from TJ Watt. I think he's going to have a game. But this Texans offense has been moving. We've seen it week in and week out. They're putting up points on the board. The Colts kind of ran away with that one 2 weeks ago. But last week, they were just, every time the Jags tried to get back into it, they were just putting up more touchdowns, 80-yard touchdowns, 50-yard touchdowns. So this offense does look pretty good. But this Steelers defense, obviously, we've seen what they've done this year. I definitely lean Steelers here. Sketchy line, though. Probably not going to touch it. But Steelers, I mean, you need to get the job done here, especially with that division and that team's schedule and everything. You got to win these games.
This could be a trap game for the Steelers, which scares me. I'm on the Steelers here. Not going to play it at all, but this could be a trap game for them. That Texans team plays fast, but if the Steelers can have their way and get a turnover early, they could blow them out this week. I think it's going to be that first drive is going to set the tone of the game, how the Texans can do on offense. If they can have any type of success early on, I think they stick around and duke it out with the Steelers, and it'll be a tight one. But if the Steelers defense can come away with a takeaway or a quick 3 and out, and Kenny Pickett doesn't play like complete ass, then I think they should be able to beat them by three or more scores.
Kenny Pickett needs to get right here. This is his game where he needs to get right. He found a nice stride last game. He didn't look bad last game. Still
against a bad Raiders defense.
Yeah,
he gets
still
2 weak secondaries back to back.
I just don't think that he still looked where he needs to be. But I mean, his defense, he doesn't need to do that much. So this is a game where he can actually get back into stride, gain his confidence back, and the Steelers can really roll if he gets into it.
Do you honestly, like Calvin Austin in that Deontay Johnson role, Huff?
Yeah, I do a lot. I like that speed option that you bring in with him. I've been waiting to see him. He obviously got injured last year in training camp. I've been kind of waiting to see him come up in the wide receiver ranks of the Steelers locker room. And I've never really been too big on Deontay. Obviously, they all kind of go
Great
there
player,
from the 3 to the 2, from the 2 to the 1. But I think I've seen way better number 1 wide receivers in the black and gold in my era. I think Pickens is obviously the next guy up, but I'm excited. I like this duo of Pickens and Austin. You get a lot of size and speed out there at the wide receiver position.
Yeah, honestly, like I just because you brought up his name, I got to say it again. Like, fuck Deontay Johnson. Guy still has me blocked on Twitter. He can figure that out on his own time now. But really, like, my biggest thing here is, like, I've been dying to hear you guys' take on the Steelers, just because, like, this was such a hyped year for you guys as well. Like, that offense was supposed to be figuring it out. Everything's supposed to be clicking. Like, what the hell's wrong with Najee Harris, and why does he suck? Can somebody just give me something? Like,
he's running in quicksand.
Dude, honestly,
He's slow.
Haas, honestly, my take on this is I truly think that they're running plays. Like, the offense is set up for a running back like Jaylen Warren, and it's clearly whenever he's in there, the offense is running better when he's in there. I think Najee Harris right now, he keeps trying to do all these. He's running. I keep comparing it to he's trying to run like Le'Veon Bell, where he gets the ball and he stops. It's like, dude, you are too big to stop. You need to just put your head down, fucking cover the ball with 2 arms, and just run and get 4 yards. You're so big, no one can tackle you for 4 yards if you just do that.
I don't understand why he doesn't do that. Like, I keep watching the games and I'm waiting for him to just show me that he can be this like Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry type player, and he's just not. It's just he's not. I picked up Jaylen Warren in a few of my leagues, and I'm like, do I play him? Like, what? Like, how do I not play him? One, but also, how do I not play Najee Harris? Like,
exactly.
Honestly,
Najee still gets the workload.
That's such a great comparison, Huff. I've been watching the Steelers team so many times. So I'm like, you're not Le'Veon Bell. Like, the amount of times that like he'll look for that hole behind the line and he just won't hit it. Like, there's no explosiveness. The only thing that I see him do is jump some people when they're diving at his legs, but like run guys over. That's what they brought you in for. Like, I so expected this to become like the Najee Harris year, but like I'm done. After this year, I'm all set on him. So like, if that offense is going to move on from him, I'm going to as well. But my biggest thing here for you guys, honestly, because I just really wanted to warn you guys, like Jess and Tyler, like this is going to be a tough one for you guys. Like, I very much overlooked the Texans for us, and I think that was week 1. Like, obviously we need to figure things out for our new offense and everything, but like that team just kept it so close. Obviously, keeping it within the numbers, like keeping Lamar Jackson contained. Like, we have a ton of weapons. I mean, you guys do too, but that defense is actually there. Like, they get to the backfield, they make you second guess your play calling at the line of scrimmage just because it can bring so many different looks at you. But I mean, you guys have a decent personnel. It's just I don't think the Steelers have really figured it out yet. There's a lot of moving parts, and I definitely just want to caution you guys to not overlook this Texans team.
Oh yeah, and my thing, I was actually kind of glad looking at this line. I was thinking I'm kind of glad that the Texans got some respect in a win last week against a division rival, and the Jags is an 8-point underdog, because I think that affected this line a little bit. I'm not saying the Steelers would go into Houston as a 4.5-point underdog, but I think could
that's
be
what
a half
it should be,
point.
to be honest. 4.5.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody really knows what they have in Houston, because I don't know if you guys picked up any of these wide receivers on your waiver wires at all, but I have Nico Collins in a few leagues. I have Tank Dell. They have a lot of like playmakers, I guess you could call them, but very young offense. I don't really know what to make of it so far. I don't know who really they feed or anything, but CJ Stroud seems like he's doing well. And like I said, that was a matchup I completely overlooked for the Ravens. I thought we were just going to go in and blow them out just because there's a lot of, it's like playing a freaking college team. But like I said, they took it to us. They made it. They made it a game, and I don't know. I definitely want to say for your guys' sake, like I like the Steelers here, but I don't really know. I really don't like this matchup at all.
I think it'll be a better game than anticipated coming into the season. Definitely, it could be a lot of defense in this game, I think.
I'm also, I think I'm going to go along with what Mackie said. I think I like the under in this game. I'm not 100% sure, but sitting at 41.5 there, these two defenses, Haas, you said it, the Texans, they're kind of underrated, or, definitely overlooked. Steelers knowingly have a great defense, so I'm very excited for this matchup just a little bit south of us in Dallas. Let's jump over this next one. Rams and Colts in Indianapolis. Pretty close to a pick 'em. The Colts are the favorite here, though, minus 1.5 points. Their money line, minus 106. Rams money line at minus 110. Total at 46.5. Trends I got here. Unders are 10-5 since 2021 when the Rams are coming off of a loss. And the Colts are just 1-6 against the spread since the beginning of last season when favored. Mackie, why don't you rip us on this one here? Another 1 o'clock matchup in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I'm definitely big on the Colts here. I think this Rams team got off to a nice win week 1, but they've been kind of figured it out recently these last 2 weeks. Puka Nacua, Kyren Williams, down games last week. I know Ace had his over on the catches, looked free, but got just slowed down in the second half. I don't even think he had a catch in the second half. So teams are starting to figure them out. I really like the Colts here. Colts defense coming off a crazy performance against the Ravens. 8-point underdogs coming out on top. It was all that defense towards the end of that game. Gardner Minshew just doing just enough. This is another game where he just needs to do just enough. I'm not sure if Anthony Richardson's back. I think he was practicing like not fully today or something. So if they can get him back, I mean that's an even better option.
Yeah.
But I like the Colts here at home.
I'm excited for this game.
Go ahead,
Huff
Ace.
and I were both on the Colts coming into this. If Anthony Richardson can play, I think it's going to be a lot more electric than people think. Matthew Stafford's looked good with Puka Nacua and Tutu Atwell jumping onto the scene as we await Cooper Kupp's return. But they like to sling the rock. McVay finds his guys and they get open. Atwell with the speed, Nacua with that size, catching ability, and separation. I mean, this is going to be a good one. I don't know if I'll end up carding this because it's going to be more competitive than people think. I think there's going to be a lot of points actually too. As these two teams look to have a good day. But maybe an Anthony Richardson touchdown if he's playing. Maybe he'll be a bit softer now that he's trying to stay off the injury table. But I like the Colts here to get done money line. Huff, I know you're on it too. Let me hear what you got.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it short. This is one of my favorite plays of the week. I like the Colts in this spot a lot. I'm obviously going to keep an eye on the Anthony Richardson situation. I took them 2 weeks ago when he played in Houston. I'm huge on him. I really like him in this Colts team. I'm going to take them in this spot pending he plays. I might take it pending Gardner Minshew played the way he looked last week. I'm not even kidding, in the way the Rams looked. So look out for Colts money line. I love that minus 106. Might be able to even find a better line. I don't know, but I like the Colts in this spot at home. I really do. I like them a lot.
Honestly, I feel like I would have agreed with you more, Huff, if they didn't just come off that win against us in Baltimore. Obviously, I think that's a big win for them. We were 2-0. We were going to be 3-0 if we just took care of business and Justin Tucker figured out he could make that field goal. I think they're coming off a high. Maybe if Richardson plays, I'll eat my words, but this definitely is going to be a strange matchup. I don't really love that Colts team at all against this Rams team, obviously, because they do have a lot of volume-based wide receivers over there in LA, but I don't know how that defense is going to match up well against them at all, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope Anthony Richardson plays. It'd be nice to see him break back into the scene.
Should be a good game.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
Agree with that, Mackie and Huff. I think I'm on the Colts here. I don't know. To pick them, it's a tough one. We'll see what happens here come 1 o'clock on Sunday. Next matchup here, the Minnesota Vikings visiting the Carolina Panthers as the favorite. The Vikings, the favorite there, -4. Their money line, -196. The Panthers money line, +164. And the total at 45.5. No trends from me this week. Haas, why don't you start us off?
Honestly, like, why don't I love the Vikings in this matchup? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why I don't, but I just don't. Like, this should be a game where you should see, like, them hitting the gritty and them going all crazy, because it's not like they've been flat or anything. Justin Jefferson's been putting up the numbers, but this definitely isn't the same Vikings team that I remember last year. So, I like I said, for some reason, I'm so reluctant to take the Vikings in this game just because it is going to be buried in such a great slate of 1 o'clock games. So, like, I could also, like, see us tuning into a red zone where it's like 24-21 late in the fourth quarter, and I'm like, how the hell did this even happen? You know what I mean? So, like, definitely one I'm going to stay away from. I obviously like Jefferson, whatever you can get him at for receptions, touchdown, any of that. That usually is pretty good, but that goes without saying for sure. What do you got, Mackie?
Yeah, like you said, this isn't the same team as last year. I think it's the exact same team. The only thing is last year they went 11-0 in one-score possession games. And this year they're 0-3 already through 3 weeks. So they're just not getting the job done towards the end of the game. They had a chance last week. Terrible clock management by Kirk Cousins. Ended up throwing an interception on his first play inside the 5-yard line, 10-yard line, whatever it was. Definitely probably should have won that one. You got to win week 1 against the Bucs. So they're just not getting the job done at the end of the game. And this is a 4-point spread, so they're projecting a one-score game. I can't take the Vikings in this spot again. I think they're going to put up the numbers again like they always do. They're kind of giving me the same vibes as the Chargers have been giving me the last 2 years. Big players are still going to get their big plays. Justin Jefferson, you could still take all of his overs and they could still lose this game, but I can't bet on this Vikings team right now.
This is truly going to be my fuck it. I'm taking a chance. I'm taking the Panthers to win this game. That value, they're 2-0-3 teams. Andy Dalton was able to hang with that Seattle defense up there on the road in Seattle. I think coming back home, I think the vibes are low in Minnesota. I think, like you said, I think Jefferson gets in. I think you're good with props with his. They're going to use him. I like the over in this game. I think Carolina wins the game.
That's crazy. I mean, Huff and Mackie and I were in the group chat earlier today. We were saying Vikings gotta win this week. There's 2 0-3 matchups this week, and we're like, Vikings, they gotta grab the dub here, right? I think they do, and they somehow get back in the race. I think if the Packers and Vikings win this week, the Vikings aren't completely out of this. I'd like to see them get there again, but you know who's gonna have a big day is my guy Justin Jefferson. Week in and week out, I hit that same game parlay last week. Him to get in the end zone and to get over 100. He did just that. I mean, I think he's going to have a great week again here.
I think Adam Thielen touchdown, revenge game
That's
here.
the last leg of the revenge game you were looking for, Huff. It's the Adam Thielen touchdown.
He eats every game anyway. He's wide receiver 9 in fantasy. He puts up the numbers week in, week out. This guy's awesome safety blanket.
Overinflated though. Overinflated by last week for sure, Mackie.
What?
I was
stats.
tempted to take the Panthers plus the points in Seattle last week. I think I might do it here against the Vikings here at home.
Don't take the points. Take the money line.
If Andy Dalton,
No, I agree. I
Dalton's
agree.
playing,
It's
right?
+4. I'm
It's
just gonna
Andy
take
Dalton,
the plus
right?
170. Yeah, it's Andy Dalton.
Yeah, then I like.
Actually, it might be. I heard it might be Bryce Young. That might change my decision.
Give me
but
Andy Dalton instead.
Give me the Red Rocket or Andy
Bryce
Dalton.
Young
I love him.
sucks, dude.
Yeah,
You
Andy
definitely
Dalton's
want Andy
actually
Dalton.
valid, and Adam Thielen can
definitely
find
want
his revenge game touchdown with Andy Dalton at the helm. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, I like the Panthers here. That's crazy value for 2-0-3 teams.
Solid 1 o'clock matchups across the board here. Another one here, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. Another -3 spread here in the Saints' favor. Their money line -162. Bucks money line +136, and the total at 40.5. No trends from me on this matchup. Ace, what are you thinking?
Derek Carr is questionable.
Yeah, I know he is, and that's a huge piece of this game. I won't have a play on this either way if he plays or if he doesn't. But I am leaning the Bucks. I've done those pick 'em pools, gave a pick to my buddy. Who do you like on this one? If I have to pick, I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield showed me enough. He bounces back after those bad games usually too. Tough opponent last week. Take the whole script from that game, throw it out the window. Mike Evans, guy's insane. I mean, they've handled business when they've needed to against inferior opponents. They get another one this week. I still think the Saints go on to win this division, but with Derek Carr less than 100% if he plays or not even on the field, I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to get it done. I think it takes Kamara a bit to get back onto the field. Mike Evans cashing me out last week on Monday Night Football with his catches prop and that touchdown cashing in the same play. Love to see it. Told Mackie
Late,
that,
too.
I told you that drop. He's going to get another chance, and
It
he
was
did.
late. Dude, he should have had 8 receptions, probably. He had more than
and you know
one
what's
drop.
crazy? Did he have a good game? Did he have a bad game? I don't really know. All I know is Mike Evans is a great receiver, and you always got to watch him week in and week out. This Bucs defense, they stifle the run, so Taysom Hill out the window. I think Olave has a good day as well, but it's going to be low scoring, slugfest. Give me the Bucs with that defense.
I like that take. The play that I do have on this game, I have this game in a teaser right now. The one that I've been looking at was I have the Colts moving that line to +7, moving this under from 40.5 to 49, and then the third leg is a game that we're going to talk about. It's another 1 o'clock game, so it's a -110 teaser, but I'll get to that third leg whenever we get there. I like this teaser a lot, so
Why don't you
I
just
think
say
both
it?
sides. It will include it whenever I get to that last game.
I wanna
I'll throw it in
know.
there.
Hold
know.
your horses.
What's the
Hold your
secret?
horses, cowboy.
It's all right, just because I said that to you, dickhead.
Yeah.
All right, it's the fucking Ravens +2.5 to +11 against the Browns.
Revenge
Okay.
game parlay. I'll expose the third leg now. Ezekiel Elliott, Mackie, wear the jersey.
Zeke's a good
Ace,
bet.
he only said the why is it a secret because as soon as we got on here, I go, Mackie, what are you betting in that game tomorrow night? And he goes, we'll see. I go, why is it a fucking secret, dickhead?
Yeah, Ace, Zeke's going to get in the end zone with 4 minutes left in the fourth to make it a 47-7 game.
Joshua Dobbs beat you. Joshua Dobbs. Walk before
You have
run.
Mac Jones at quarterback.
I know,
you
and he looks like
and you
Hall
think,
of Fame
and you
Brett
think it's a
Favre
good
with
op, and
the
you
way
think it's a
that-
good
all
option.
All right. Okay, next game.
That's the worst part about it. You think it's a good option. It's not even that you have Mac Jones at
You
quarterback.
paid Dak Prescott $40 million.
This is
Yeah,
never
we'll
ending.
see.
Next game.
I can't believe you're going on vacation with these clowns, Tyler. Like,
Next
that's
game.
gonna
I
be-
have to listen to this all Sunday.
I was gonna say, yeah, have fun with
Huff's
all that.
wearing a Cam Newton jersey.
It sounded like more of a job than a vacation at this point.
I was gonna say, yeah, no, thank you. I'm all set on that.
Alrighty, rolling through these 1 o'clock games here. The Commanders and the Eagles in Philadelphia. Philadelphia, the favorite here, -8.5 points. Their money line -405. Commanders money line +320, and the total 43.5. The trends I got here: the Commanders are 4-9 against the spread when facing a top 10 offense since 2021, just a 30.8% cover rate. Overs 13-5 at Philadelphia since the start of 2021, the highest hit rate in the NFL over that stretch. What are you guys thinking coming into this matchup here? The total at 43, 8.5 points in the Eagles' favor. I didn't really.
Yeah, I
participate
mean,
in.
I can tell you what's going to happen here. Jalen Hurts is going to get pushed into the end zone again. And the Eagles are going to win this game. You can take that to the bank. Every week they get on the 1 yard line and they push them in. They went up against the Bucs stout defense. Only reason I didn't card it last week at plus money, I said it on Wednesday night that I was doing it and I didn't do it. I got scared by the defense and he still found a way to do it against them. He can do it against anybody. That play should be illegal. Eagles win this game. Commanders get shown that they're pretty much trash in the NFC East. I think they're overachieving so far this year, even with a light record. But yeah, give me the Eagles here.
Ace, I literally had a bet that I placed and then cashed it out because I talked myself into that he wasn't going to do it. It was Hurts anytime and Mixon anytime, and it fucking would have hit. I was so fucking sick when I still hit the mix. Well, I was literally like, I placed it. I didn't like cash out in the game. I placed it, and then I was like, I don't know if I like that.
I don't
so
like
I just
it.
pulled the money out.
Yeah, it's
Like, I didn't lose any money cashing
defense,
out.
but
You know
how
what I mean?
auto
Like,
is that, Huff? How auto?
I took it last year in the Super Bowl, first touchdown, the plus 800. You really have to. That's one of those ones. If it's plus money, you have to take it.
And one more thing before Mackey gets going in this game. AJ Brown, welcome back to the NFL, jumped onto the scene last week.
No touchdowns though. He's got to find his way into the end zone. Had a crazy game though. Yeah, I think 8 points is way too much here. Not way too much. It's just too much for me to take. I think it's a good opportunity to tease the Eagles down to 1.5, 2 points. I don't see a situation where the Eagles lose this game on their home field. They own the NFC East along with the Cowboys. Those two teams just go at it every year. Giants and Commanders never win divisional games against these two. So Eagles should definitely little brother the Commanders here, get a win. I just don't like the 8 points. It's kind of sketchy. I think the Commanders can defense can hold them up a little, but Jalen Hurts will figure it out sooner or later. That offense is just too prolific.
Jalen Carter having a great game last week too. Huff's pick for Defensive Rookie of the Year, turning into a stud in his own right.
Do you see that odds drop?
No, I did
Went
not.
from preseason he was 6 or 7 to 1. Now he's literally plus 100.
Yeah, I mean that punch out shows you all you need to know.
Oh, he's everything that everybody said he was. You know what I mean? It was just the
allegations.
Yeah, the decision making off the field isn't really that great. But you know what? Honestly,
though.
yeah, my uncle's always said, I don't care what the hell you do on your free time. As long as you show up on Sunday, nobody really cares what the hell you do. So it's really just, honestly, this is when you can wrap up in a bow and kind of put it under the Christmas tree. The Eagles are going to win this game. You know what I mean? Like I kind of like this Commanders team a little bit. They have a lot of things going in the right direction. I think Sam Howell is pretty interesting, but they're not going to beat the Eagles. It's as simple as that.
I think this Commanders team is also very interesting. I kind of liked them in that spot last week against Buffalo with the 6 points, and they also got blown out. I did not end up taking that one, but I don't know. I could see them keep things close here with that 8 points, like we said, and just kind of keep it in a game as a divisional matchup. But I kind of agree. I think the Eagles win this game.
You got to think back.
I'm not going to be shocked that this is like a one possession game, like super late in the fourth quarter. But the Eagles is going to be able to shut them down.
Hurts QB sneaks in for his second
quote whatever the hell
touchdown
that lady was speaking. ELGLSEA Eagles.
She was good.
ELGES Eagles.
Shout out Philly.
Shout out Philly. Alrighty. Let's keep on rolling here. The Broncos and
Let's
the Bears,
Bills
the
go.
next one up here, also at 1 o'clock in Chicago.
We could probably skip this one.
You think the Broncos?
No,
minus
I'm
3.5?
kidding.
The Broncos are winning.
Yeah,
they're winning.
The Broncos are winning. I hate
You don't
Justin Fields.
give up the most points of the week of the year we've seen a fuck ton long time
Since 1946, I think it was.
and their defense isn't that bad. And Mike
Yes, they
McDaniel,
are. Yes,
they're
they
really
are.
not. They're not. They haven't been playing good at all. And I think if there's ever a bounce back game for a defense, it's right now. You see Justin Fields on the schedule. You just had an embarrassing day as a pro athlete. Sean Payton, Super Bowl champion, will get that team turned around. Russell Wilson, too good to go 0-4 here. And you got to be licking your lips seeing Justin Fields on the other side of the field. I think that the Broncos can get this one done. Huff, you got to be on this with your boy Russ.
I think I lean I can't put money on this team. They burnt me so fucking hard
You
last
can put
week.
money on the Bears, though?
You can't put money on either one of these fucking teams.
No. I definitely can't have a pick on this game. I'd probably lean the Broncos, but I don't know. They're fucking scary. I could see this where the Bears get right as well. They also look really bad. I just personally think Sean Payton and Russell Wilson don't have a good connection. Obviously, when Sean Payton was brought in, he had no real ties to Russell Wilson, so in my opinion, in a 70-20 game, when you're still slinging out your fucking $40 million quarterback, that tells me you don't really give too much shits about him. So, like, Russell Wilson could have got hurt in that game. I don't think Sean Payton would have given a fuck. So, I don't know. Me as a Russell Wilson fan, I'm not really too big. I was really high on this Sean Payton and Russell Wilson offense coming in. And Russ hasn't even been the problem. He has looked good. I mean, not great, but he has looked good. Last week, puts up 20 points on a Miami Dolphins team. Not saying you should win the game. I think it should have been a little more respectable. Obviously, you give up fucking 70. It's hard to. But I don't know. My thing right now is I need to see something out of Russ and Sean Payton where they look like they have some sort of a good connection before I can put money on them.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to have a play on this game. I would never take a -3.5 here, so if anything, I guess I'll say the Bears. But Sean Payton, clown of the year, clowning Nathaniel Hackett on his way out, talking shit about him when he's already gone. And then you start 0-3 with the same team. You're just such a clown for that. I actually wanted Sean Payton to go to the Cowboys too, but he just looks like a loser. He doesn't even look like he cares either. He was getting mad in the post game press conference. Not even like answering questions correctly. Like, get this guy out of here. He should have just stayed retired.
The next question. Question.
You just lost 70-20. Listen to the damn media. Maybe they'll help you a little.
Here you go. Honestly, two teams with no confidence. Parlay them right here. Get the Vikings. Get the Broncos. Moneyline parlay. You're not gonna like watching it, but I bet you they.
Those are two 0-3 teams, and you're risking a parlay.
Playing 0-3 teams.
That's what I mean.
Like I would have had a little bit more respect for that if you just go up there and own it, just because like you did get smacked. They played a great game and you got outcoached, like literally. Like that's exactly what happened. I saw that game and I was kind of surprised, honestly, because I thought that defense would have matched up a little bit better with that Dolphins team. But really, that was embarrassing. That post-game press conference was just awful. I haven't seen anything except that all week. So definitely like that take there, Mackie. But yeah, this is kind of a dumpster fire now. I don't really understand what the Denver Broncos are doing, bringing him in and just kind of seeing it all unfold is really unfortunate. I really don't. I'm going to be sending a bill in the mail because I have picked Russell Wilson in a few of my leagues this year, and he just like absolutely embarrasses me every time that I do it. I always try and talk myself into like, oh, remember the Legion of Boom, but it's definitely not the same team anymore.
2014.
So, really though, but yeah, I definitely agree with you guys here. It's definitely not going to be one that I take anything on for sure.
Going to be a very tough game there. I didn't even read the odds, didn't read my trends, but I do have one here that I thought was interesting. The Denver Broncos haven't won a road game since Teddy Bridgewater led them to a victory in Dallas in Week 9 of the 2021 season. That will have been 692 days ago when this game kicks off on Sunday.
That's disgusting. I honestly, I hate this matchup so much because if I don't have Russell Wilson in my leagues, obviously it's Lamar Jackson, and if not, it's Justin Fields. What an absolute joke that guy is. I mean, everybody says he's going to be this amazing quarterback. Oh, they got DJ Moore. They have all these weapons. He's so sick. But absolute embarrassment again. Just Justin Fields is going to be on his way out the door for sure, especially if it keeps it up like this. I mean, Caleb Williams is going to look great in a Bears jersey. Not to sound too much like that part of my take podcast, but I actually hate the Bears for everything that they've done for Justin Fields. I think he's a really talented athlete, but it just looks terrible. They're getting mad at each other. It just seems like a prima donna fest out there in Chicago. So I'm all set with everything that's going on in Chicago right now, except for Connor Bedard. Obviously, very excited for that. I want to just plug that in there.
It's about all Chicago's got going for him right now, but let's jump into this next game.
Cubbies too.
Second to last 1:00 game. Ravens and Browns in Cleveland. Cleveland's the favorite here. 2.5 points for them. Their money line -146. Ravens money line +124 and the total 40.5. No trends from me here. Let's send it to our Ravens correspondent, Haas. What do you think?
Get Haas going.
Yeah, you know what? Let me take a second here because I've been waiting for this moment since the last time that we've talked, and I got that little cameo appearance on TikTok. I appreciate that because I was absolutely more than thrilled. This has been the year that I've been wanting ever since Lamar Jackson's come into the league. Now we sit atop the division, obviously tied 2-1, but we're in a really good spot. That offense is different. I mean, it feels different just being a Ravens fan at this point. Obviously, with the injuries, it's not great, but from top to bottom, this Ravens team, the roster is unbelievable. Our defense is sick. I mean, this is definitely going to be a Jadeveon Clowney game for sure. He's got a lot of boys there in Cleveland still, but I know he's going to be in the backfield causing a lot of problems for Deshaun Watson. I really think that the Ravens come in and take care of business, no problem. Everybody's upset about that loss last week, and it's been talked about relentlessly in the media just how just disappointing it was that we dropped to a Anthony Richardson-less Colts team that really shouldn't have even had a dog in the fight. I mean, it was a shell of what the team usually is. Obviously, the defense really just didn't look anywhere near what it has in weeks past, but getting a few key guys back. I mean, Marcus Williams practicing today. You guys have no idea how excited I was just to see the video of him putting on the helmet, going through a few of the practice reps. Alex, don't even say that. Come on. He's the GOAT. Last week was tough. Last week was a tough one.
Who costed you the game?
He really did.
It was raining. It was raining.
I thought he was the best kicker of all time.
Yeah, but what about that hold late in the game on Zay Flowers? Everybody else's team, everybody gets these freaking calls.
Okay.
No, I'm not saying penalties, but I'm just saying it'd be nice to get one of them at least once. We're driving down the field. It's really just because the officiating has to prepare for the Ravens because it's just not fair the amount of talent they have on that side of the ball.
Now you sound like a Browns fan complaining about bad calls.
I mean, that was ridiculous, though. Somebody's got to back me up. You saw that hold on Zay Flowers. That was a hold. That would have moved him into the goal.
I didn't see it.
I saw it.
Wait, was that 4th and 3 over the middle?
But Zay Flowers, a rookie, isn't getting that call.
Yeah, it was probably a hold, but
no, that was a hold. That was definitely a hold. You can't.
It's 4th and 3. You're at the 50-yard line. It's not like the crazy. It wasn't like he was all over and made it like an uncatchable ball.
Davante Adams gets that call.
Yeah, of course he does. Everybody besides anybody in a Ravens jersey gets that call. Honestly, OBJ probably gets that call. I think.
It's the only reason they brought him in was to flail his arms.
Yeah, they brought in OBJ just so he could flop better than Zay Flowers.
But honestly, when you really talk about breaking down this game, really, this is going to be a really fun matchup. I was actually looking forward to having Nick Chubb be a part of it, just because I want to beat the Browns and I want to beat the actual Browns. This defense is made.
Is Nick Chubb washed now that he's hurt? What'd you say? No, I was tripping guys with season-ending injuries. No, I love Nick Chubb. I can't do it.
No, I really wanted to play the Brownie the Elf Browns, get all of the rapists and sleeveless running backs that you want to have out there. Myles Garrett with his stupid little Halloween decorations last year. I don't know if he's doing that again, but I really wanted to take it to the Browns, really make a statement this week. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get that chance here. But I still think the Ravens go in and take care of business. We're going to be sitting in a really good spot after this week, and I think we're going to show a lot of people what we're made of. This defense, honestly, I really can't say enough about how great it's looked so far. Obviously, the offense, the whole new look, I think is kind of taken a little while to get everybody on the same page. I think they're trying to do a lot. Obviously, getting the playmakers the ball. This is the most stacked wide receiving core we've had in a long time. I can't even remember a time that the Ravens have had a solid 1, 2, and 3 wide receiving options. I don't know if you guys have seen anything on the media at all, but Rashad Bateman's getting open. We're just not getting him the ball. I don't know if anybody has him in fantasy or anybody took a flyer on him at all. But he's getting open. These guys are open. The offense is working. It's just taking a little time to kind of click. And once everything does, I think we're going to be putting up some Miami Dolphins numbers in weeks to come. So Lamar Jackson MVP season, you guys are all watching it. I hope you're enjoying it too. So I definitely love the Ravens here. Take them with the spread. Take them however you want them. I definitely like Lamar to get into. He's going to just keep showing off on the ground. So I don't think you can really go wrong here at all.
You were saying it with Lamar showing it off on the ground, and even though they had a loss last week, he was toting the rock well, especially with J.K. Dobbins out for the year, and they have a bunch of mids back there at running back. It's good to see him putting up over 100 on the ground, really getting into his true self. Maybe that'll channel him into getting some more wins for this team. But I'm just surprised. How the hell are the Ravens this high of an underdog? I have them at plus 140 right now. I'm probably going to take that. I don't know if I'm going to card it. Tough divisional matchup. I do think the Ravens get the job done, but the Browns have been playing solid football as well. After losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers, I know it was in Heinz Field, and it was a Monday night game. Huff with that stat saying they never lose on Monday night. I think this Ravens team's a lot more a formidable squad, and I think they can get the job done on the road. It's going to be a lot tighter than people think, but I like the Ravens' money line here. Mackie, I know you're high on these Browns coming in. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, not so much on the Brown. I do like the Browns this game, but not just because I'm really high in the Browns. Like I said in the beginning of the season, this division is so close. I think the home teams need to win every game, and they've done that so far. Browns beat the Bengals week 1. Steelers protected home field on Sunday or Monday night against the Browns. Browns need to win this game, and I think that the Ravens will beat the Browns in Baltimore. But there's going to be a lot of defense in this game. Both defenses looked incredible. Browns probably have the best defense in the league so far, statistically up to this point, and we know what that Ravens defense could do. So I don't like the points in this game. I think it's going to go under. I just think that the Browns can really figure it out on their home field. Deshaun Watson's, other than that Steelers game, I think he looked pretty bad in that Steelers game. But the other 2 games, he's looked like a really good quarterback. One of the better ones in the league. I'd say at least top 10. But you guys didn't have a lot of faith coming into the season. I mean, he's definitely taken a step back from where he used to be, but he's still got it. He's still there. He still likes to run the ball. He still will take that big hit to get the first down. And him and Amari Cooper are really just starting to gel. Amari Cooper had a crazy game last week, so I think the Browns will just get enough to win this game. I definitely wouldn't take the 3-point spread here. If you want to take them in a money line parlay, you could do that. But I think the AFC North, all home teams are going to really protect their home field.
What do you think it looks like, Mackie, honestly? Like, what do you think it's going to look like? Like you said, you mentioned Amari Cooper, but, like, I really just don't see how they're going to get in the end zone. Like, I really just don't see it at all. Like, we know how to stop the running quarterback. Like, we know that Deshaun Watson has a big arm, but, like the defense is going to to like, I really think this.
How did Gardner Minshew find a way into the end zone last week? I mean,
nobody played. Like, everybody was hurt. Literally everybody was hurt. The only guy on the defense that we had that's, like, actually, like, our formidable starter is, like, Roquan Smith. But, like, I think this game ends like 16-13. I don't think you're gonna need to get in the end zone more than maybe twice you get into the end zone. I don't see any teams getting into the end zone more than twice in this game. It's gonna be a big field goal game. A big defensive play is gonna dictate this game. We saw it in the Steelers-Browns game. Strip. TJ Watt takes it to the house. They win the football game, and obviously that opening kickoff or opening play, pick 6. So I think it's going to be a game like that, less points. I'm just going to take the Browns probably 16-13. So it's really good. Super hard nose.
Personally, I think this game is going to end 23-13 Ravens. I think it might be a no sweat type game either. It's going to be low scoring, but I think the Ravens will be a comfortable 3 to 10 points ahead.
It's going to be so hard to get into the end zone. 24 points against this Browns defense.
23-13, 2 touchdowns. I agree with you, but I think Justin Tucker bangs them through and has a solid day after last week. I think points will be hard to come by and offense will be as well. But in a similar quarterback type game, I give the edge to the more athletic, dynamic one. But this will be a fun one to watch. Excited to see it on Sunday.
I'm teasing the Ravens, the +11, for all the reasons you guys said over the past however many takes you guys have. I don't really need to get too far.
Pick. Good pick. I like that
these
pick.
Teams. Move on to the next one.
No way it's a blowout either way. So
yeah, give me the Ravens. Just put them in a teaser.
Either one.
You could take either one of these teams +10. You're safe.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, give me a primetime slot for this game though. Like, I can't keep thinking about how this Sunday night game is going to just be some BS because Taylor Swift is going to be in the fucking stadium.
I think the fact that this is a 1:00 game does help your Ravens though.
Yeah, I think so too.
Got another AFC North team on tap here, I think.
Let's finish off this 1:00 slate here with the Cincinnati Bengals heading into Nashville to see the Tennessee Titans. The Bengals the favorite here, -2.5. Their money line -132. Titans money line at +112, and the total at an even 41. The only trend I have here, overs are 5-2 in the past 7 instances in which the Titans have been getting a field goal or less for the spread. Huff, why don't you start us off here? Final 1:00 matchup.
Yeah, I liked the Bengals in that Monday night spot against the Rams. The Rams were able to backdoor push cover that +3 I saw, but I didn't end up going with the Bengals in that spot. The one thing I like in this game is the Bengals minus the 2.5. I think this is the game where we see Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase definitely gets in the end zone here. He was using him a ton. Jamar Chase had a hell of a game on Monday Night Football. I had him first touchdown along with Mixon. I ended up hitting the Mixon, so I was okay with it. But Jamar Chase, it looked like he was doing whatever he wanted. Burrow just did not want to throw the ball past 8 yards, which I felt like I was watching Big Ben in his last year. It was the most frustrating game, and I'm not even a Bengals fan. I was just rooting for Jamar Chase to get in the end zone or Mixon. But it would be so fucking Mike Vrabel to win this game. I would not take the Titans plus the 2.5. I'm going to go with the Bengals here to cover the spread. I think this is a Joe Burrow get-right game. He has another week with that, get better from that leg injury. I like the Bengals here. Give me Jamar Chase to get in the end zone as well.
Yeah, Burrow was playing real Tom Brady style of football last week, probably because of that injury. He can't really move outside of that pocket. We saw it a few times towards the end of that game, but that's it. But even so, I mean, that Bengals team just looked completely different than the first 2 weeks. Absolutely zero offense, no rhythm going between Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, no one on that offense. And we saw Jamar Chase I think he had 10 receptions last game. I
was going to say, he looked good.
Yeah, he looked great last game, but the first 2 weeks we saw absolutely nothing.
So I
think they're finally getting in the swing of things. They're getting that connection back. Joe Burrow's getting a little more healthy, and they're finding a way in that offense. I think that they should definitely cover 2.5 points here, but we know how this Titans team goes, so we could see it back to a cover, back to a win.
I had the same exact take as Huff here this week. I like Jamar Chase to find the end zone this week after popping last week. A weak secondary for the Tennessee
He did
Titans.
everything but got in the end zone.
Exactly, and the targets are there, and we know it's only going to go up. I know Burrow might not be 100% literally this whole season, but I do think he's going to get better and better each and every week. And we know how he plays after week 2. He shits the bed the first 2 weeks, and then he turns it on. And I expect him to keep that going against the Titans team, who's overachieving, in my opinion, so far this year. I think that the Bengals get a win here and keep themselves relevant in this race for the AFC North. I do think the Ravens go on to win the division, but the Bengals are going to be right on their heels in a playoff spot. I expect Joe Mixon and Joe Burrow both to turn it up for him. Joe Mixon hasn't really gotten going yet on that back end of the ball, which is surprising to me as well. But too much talent on that offensive side of the ball to stay down.
Spending too much time in the quarterback room.
Yeah, literally. He has more touchdowns than a lot of people out there this year, but probably Justin Fields. But no, I don't like much about this Tennessee Titans team. I know they have Derrick Henry and they have Treylon Burks out there. Defense playing pretty decent, and Mike Vrabel gets the boys up. But I like the Bengals to cover 2.5.
Yeah, this is a weird matchup though. Like I feel like this wasn't a playoff matchup at one point too. Like
McPherson hit the game winner as time expired.
Yeah, I really don't like this one. Like it's such a weird game because like I definitely think the Bengals are the better team, but like for some reason this Titans team matches up well against them. Like they have a lot of potential to actually like be a big game team and be able to keep up, obviously, and not necessarily keep up in terms of scoring, but time of possession, they'll eat the ball away, just keep feeding Derrick Henry. It's just not a fun game for a Bengals fan. I definitely don't want to see the Titans ever. But yeah, I think this is going to be a fun one. I do think this is going to be a Joe Burrow game for sure. I like Jamar Chase. I don't think there's anybody out there that can really cover them. I don't even know if I can tell you anybody in that secondary really, besides Kevin Byard. But like that, it's just a really bad matchup for that really stacked wide receiving core for the Bengals. So I definitely think they go in and take care of business. So they're going to be right. They're going to be right on our heels. I know I'm definitely not counting the Bengals out at all. Only thing I'm worried about if I'm a Bengals fan is just the fact that that lingering injury isn't that great. And obviously you guys have alluded to it. The fact that like, yeah, there's going to be more time and obviously that allows for him to get better, but that also allows for him to take more hits. And obviously 17 weeks of an NFL season is no easy task. So hopefully,
believe me, I'm not the Bengals fan. I keep trotting them out there, Bengals. Keep doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Especially against like what's his name there that just got paid in Tennessee, Simmons. That guy's going to be after him all game. He's always in the backfield.
Yeah,
so, I don't know. I don't love.
Yeah,
this
believe me, Haas is a Steelers fan. I'm like, yeah, keep trotting him out there. He looks great.
Yeah, no, he looks good. Yeah, I love that. How's that calf doing? Yeah. Love that because I can't wait. When do you guys play them? When do you guys play the Bengals?
I think in Cincy's coming up. I actually don't know. I'll get back to you on that.
I was gonna say because like I don't think we see him again until like week 15 or 16 or something. So I'm hoping by then he's not even going to be on the field. So
Steelers get the
12.
Bengals. I don't know what week that is, but yes,
week 12
November
you're in
26th.
Cincy. Week 16 you're in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Nice. So late in the year. I mean, that week 16 one's going to be fun. Like, I don't know when we play you guys, but like, I hate seeing the Steelers.
Week 18 in Baltimore.
Yeah, see, like, I hate that. I absolutely.
Next week is Steelers Ravens.
Ugh, I hate that. Yeah, that's going to be a
Pittsburgh.
Good one. Yeah, but late in the season, especially for these teams that are looking to make a playoff run, you don't want to run into the Steelers at all.
You're not going to have the chance to, don't worry.
Neither will you.
You're right, I'm on the other side of it.
Alrighty, jumping into these 4 o'clock matchups. It's a good 1 o'clock slate on Sunday. I'm real excited for it. The first 4 o'clock game here, the Las Vegas Raiders heading real close there to LA to see the Chargers in SoFi. The Chargers are the favorite here, 5.5 points. Their money line minus 220. Raiders money line at plus 184, and the total at 48.5. The trends I got here: overs are 7-3 since 2021 when the Raiders are getting at least 4 points. The home team has won 4 straight in this series and averaged 27.8 points over the past 6 meetings. So that over is looking very enticing. Ace, why don't you get us rolling on this one? Here, our first 4 o'clock matchup.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Points. These Chargers games love going over. With weak defenses on both sides, secondary is pretty weak in my opinion. I think that both quarterbacks are going to have a day. Too many high marquee wide receivers on both sides. I love the addition of Josh Palmer jumping onto the scene without Mike Williams. He fits that role perfectly. Quentin Johnson will have an expanded spot as well. Hopefully he can shine. But I'm hoping Austin Eckler's back on the field. Touchdown machine. Maybe if he's active this week, you can find him at a really good anytime touchdown line. Better than normal. And then on the other side of the ball, Josh Jacobs, he's going to have his way. Devontae Adams too. I expect Jimmy Garoppolo to bounce back after a tough game against a really good Steelers defense. And I expect both offenses to stay hot. I think the Chargers do come out on top. Noted that Justin Herbert does not have a turnover this season. Only quarterback in the league without one so far. But I do think the Chargers get a win here. And those Raiders kind of, they stick around, but I don't think they can get the job done with Jimmy G.
Yeah, I agree too, and you know how I feel about the Chargers, but they should be able to take care of business here. They got that win under their belt. It was they were waiting for it all year. They were in every game, just couldn't get a win. And now they're sitting in a divisional matchup. I mean, you got to win this game, and they should take it to them. I could see Justin Herbert having a pretty career day. I could see a blowout too. I don't like this Raiders team. Devontae Adams wants out. He doesn't like what this organization's doing and what direction they're headed in. So trouble over there in Las Vegas, and I think this Chargers team is on top of the world right now. So this is a good opportunity for them to get a nice divisional win and just take it to them.
Yeah, I don't like this game at all. Like you said, divisional matchup. I'm not too big on this one. Like Ace said, if Eckler plays, I might be looking at like a Jacobs and Eckler touchdown parlay maybe for something fun. Jacobs has struggled. He struggled last week against the Steelers. I think he could get in this week against a struggling Chargers defense. But yeah, I don't like the spread either way on this one.
No, I don't either. Honestly, like I think the run defense for the Chargers really isn't that great. So I definitely like maybe a Jacobs prop for sure. I think he's going to definitely find pay dirt, but don't love this divisional game at all. I think Alex is right. Those gadget players they have in LA are going to step up in a big way. So
not even gadget players though. They have Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler, perennial Pro Bowlers. You have Josh Palmer. He's done it year in and year out. I think he's third year as a solid starter. Quentin Johnson was picked to be that good. I mean, Gerald Everett, good option as well. But getting Eckler back is so massive. He's a top 3 running back in the NFL.
No, you're right. That's what I was more alluding to is just like the Josh Palmer, like Johnson, like all these like other names. Like, and I didn't know that he hasn't thrown an interception yet either. Herbert's playing great. That's awesome.
Keenan Allen's been on fire too. He's been the Keenan Allen of Huffset last week of 2018, 2019.
Sick.
I think there'll be a lot of points on this board. Lock in that over for the Chargers game again this week. This will be a fun one to see.
Alrighty, let's jump into this game of the week. I'm real excited for this one. Patriots at the Cowboys in Dallas, Texas. The Cowboys are the favorite here, 6.5 points. Their money line minus 320. The Patriots money line plus 260, and the total 43.5. I got a couple of trends here. Cowboys 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 at home, with 6 straight home overs. Cowboys coming off a humiliating loss to Arizona, and the Patriots are 1-6 against the spread in their last 7. Ace, start us off here. What are you thinking? We're going to Dallas. We're going to be there shortly. What do you think?
I already think I know what I sent you guys in the group chat about 20 minutes ago. I've locked in the Patriots money line, locked in that +7 because that's free. But I love the Patriots to win this week. They have all the momentum going down. They have me in the stadium in a Matt Judon jersey. They'll have Huff in a Cam Newton jersey, potentially. I mean, it's going to be rocking there. Ezekiel Elliott, revenge game touchdown scorer. Huff brought up a good point. If you like that, throw on Mondre as well. 2+ plays probably. But I think it's going to be a grimy game. What I predicted when we scheduled this game. I know Mackie thinks that those Cowboys are rolling. Well, they're not. They lost to Joshua Dobbs and the worst team that we've seen in football in years, maybe in our lifetime. But I don't know. I think the Patriots can go into Dallas this year. I was just saying they could be. They could. Not should be, but how the hell are they one-score games against these teams? The NFC is just the weakest thing I've seen since, I don't know, since the Cowboys in the playoffs. But what are you going to do? I mean, the Patriots are going down into Dallas. Bill Belichick will have them ready. That defense is firing on all cylinders. Mac Jones playing decent football, and it can only get better. Without Trayvon Diggs on the field, they're going to look to attack the rest of that defense, and I think the Patriots can get this one done. A lot of momentum heading into it. Big game. Zeke going to get the boys fired up. Will Grier giving your plays over to Bill, so we'll be good.
I mean, what kind of fan would you be if you said that they weren't going to go in and win this game? But let's be realistic here. I really don't think that that's a possibility. I think this Cowboys team gets back on track. Takes care of business. Obviously, a down week last week. You're going into to play the
big bad Cardinals,
the Arizona Cardinals, and nobody wants to. There's just like no momentum going into that game. Nobody really wants to play it. You drop a tough one. It's the Cowboys. They always drop a tough one every single year. That's what keeps me on pace with them. It keeps my expectations low enough to not be upset every single year. But this is just a game where they're gonna win. I mean, Patriots. I don't know what you're saying about all this hype going in. They got to win against Zach Wilson.
A
and
great
the Jets.
defense.
Their only win this year,
similar to yours.
Their only win this year is against Zach Wilson and the New York Jets. I just can't see a situation where Mac Jones can come in against this defense and light them up and take a game in Jerry's world. I just don't think it's possible.
Did you not see the game 2 years ago?
If you were in the Cowboys won in overtime.
Barely. We're way better than that.
Dude, nobody goes back and looks, oh my God, the Patriots almost won that football game.
That's what I'm saying. We're a much better team than we are today. That's the last matchup. We have to look at it.
The Cowboys are a little better as well, too.
You think? No Trayvon Diggs.
I just think I think the Cowboys definitely take care of business on their home field. We're going to be talking about it all week, so I'll keep it short. But
we'll have some good banter. Sunday morning, tune the fuck in. Mackey's going to be in an Ezekiel Elliott jersey.
I have a kind of a strategy for me going into this game. Obviously, I think I'm going to take a first team touchdown scorer for both teams.
So
hopefully see what I can do there. I'm going to sit right in between you two. When the Cowboys have the ball, I'm going to be rooting with Mackey. When the Patriots have the ball, I'm going to be rooting with Ace. I might just have to bet both teams team total over or an over. I don't know.
I need a
like
Kelsey jersey with half and half.
I just split it right down the middle. The Zeke Patriots Cowboys jersey.
It's going to be Jake Ferguson and Ezekiel Elliott, isn't it?
Yeah, it's yeah. That's exactly who it is.
I'll tell you what.
Hunter Henry's your boy, though.
Yeah. Oh, do I do the double tight ends? I might have to. And just do Zeke anytime. That sounds more like it.
I'll tell you what. I'll definitely have an irresponsible amount of money on this game. That's for sure.
I already do.
Honestly, I really just hope you guys go and enjoy yourselves down there. For sure, it's going to be a great time, I bet. But I really, honestly, Mackie, I don't love this matchup for your Cowboys. I don't necessarily love the Patriots offense against your defense, obviously, but for some reason, I'm just not all keen on you guys showing out against this Patriots defense. They really are something special. I think they were going in the right direction in a lot of ways, but I think it's going to be a fun one for you guys to be at for sure. I think you guys picked a great game.
Do you think this is too big of a spread with two elite defenses?
It's a weird spread.
I think I think it could be too high, but if you lower it to like 5.5, I mean the Cowboys would get hammered.
What if you tease it though? You tease that Patriots up to double digits. They've hung around against teams like the Philadelphia Eagles, the Miami Dolphins, who are like right at the top of our power rankings. They were one play away from beating both those teams. I think it'll be a really good game. I'm excited we picked this one. Great matchup. We'll get some good banter out of it, but two elite defenses with some stingy football. And then playmakers on your side of the offense. So I'm eager to see the Christian Gonzalez, CeeDee Lamb matchup as well.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good game. All chirps aside.
Hyped to see that stadium too. Tune in Sunday morning. We'll have some good talk for it.
Yeah, God bless you, Huff. Again, honestly, I probably won't talk to you until you guys get there. But I don't know. I hope you make it out of there alive. Honestly.
Oh boy, it's going to be a weekend for sure. Here, let's jump into this last Sunday 4:00 matchup. The Cardinals in San Francisco visiting the Niner gang. The biggest spread of the week here. The 49ers favorited -14. Their money line -900. Cardinals +610 on the money line. Total 44.5. No trends from me here. Who wants to get us rolling?
I'll start us off here. This spread's way too fucking big. The Cardinals are 3-0 against the spread. I know it seems like, the 49ers aren't going to lose this game. I'm not saying they're going to lose the game. I'm taking the Cardinals with the points. I'm going to trust that they can start the season 4-0 against the spread. It's not pretty. I might tease it even higher. They could get blown out. I'll take the Cardinals with the points. I have no reason other than the fact that it's a 14-point spread in the NFL. I'll take the points.
I'm just not going to be gambling on this too high of a spread. So you guys can talk about this.
I don't want to because of what Huff said with the Cardinals covering week in and week out, and it's a high spread. But like I've taken the Niners 3 weeks in a row on the spread, and I'm 2-0-1. I mean, that's not a bad rate, and you might as well hammer it while it's hot. This is the best team in football. And I think that the Cardinals basically won their Super Bowl with that win against the Cowboys last week.
Divisional matchup, 14 points.
I know, but
That's
they
crazy.
played a valid Rams team and should have covered the spread there too. They played a New York Giants team who beat these Arizona Cardinals and handled them with ease. I know Saquon Barkley was out, but I think that the Arizona Cardinals have been overachieving big time. But yeah,
for
they're
sure.
3-0 against the spread. Can't write home about that. This is going to be tough for me. I'm definitely going to work a CMC touchdown into a parlay of some sorts because you know he's going to get in. But I might end up having to card this just out of principle because I'm 2-0-1 on the year. I mean, how many times are the Niners going to cover the spread this year? I feel like more times than not. So if the Cardinals do, it can only help us in the future for the Niners. So maybe I do take that 13, but that's a lot of points. But I don't
That's
know.
a lot of
I don't know
points.
how the Cardinals are going to do anything against this team. I was super confident in the Cowboys last week. I'm even more confident in the 49ers. Best team in football for a reason. Week in,
Niners
week
are
out
home
on our
here
power
also.
rankings.
Honestly, the only thing I have to say, like I'm with Mackie, I don't think there's too much to allude to here. This is going to be a take care of business game for the 49ers for sure, but that's a ton of points. That is a. What did you say it was? It's 13 right now.
14.
I have 14 even.
14? That's ridiculous. Like that's
It's
a ton of
you
points.
know it's going to get higher too. I think it's. I mean, it might. I don't know. It might drop to the 13.5 in the hook and kind of stay there, but you get 14.5.
In the NFL, like that's crazy. I don't know. I don't like that.
Just last week, the 3 biggest spreads, the teams all went outright. Colts.
I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. But
No, I know, but Colts, Cardinals, Texans.
14 point. If you can't cover 14 points in the NFL, like honestly, I really don't mind what they have going on there in Arizona too. Like they seem like they're having a lot of fun. Every time I see them, I'm like, geez, I keep forgetting that this team's in the league. But
Yeah,
I guess
I feel like they just have the mentality like no one fucking expects
Yeah,
anything
who
from
gives a
us.
fuck?
So it's like,
Yeah.
who gives a fuck? Yeah.
they finally got the Josh Dobbs jerseys on the website too.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that.
That was hilarious.
Obviously, he was a Steeler, so I always liked him, but I never wanted him to be our starter. So I'm interested to see what he does down in Arizona.
Cool, he's getting a shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty, boys. That's all we got there for the 4 p.m. slate. Let's jump into the primetime matchup here. Sunday Night Football, 8:20 p.m. The Chiefs and the Jets in East Rutherford at MetLife. The Chiefs are the favorite here, 9.5 points. Their money line minus 460 in the total. 42.5 plus 360 on the money line for the Jets. The trends I got here, under is 10-2 in the Jets' last 12 conference games. The Chiefs are 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 games against the Jets, but 1-5 straight up in the past 6 visits here. What are you guys thinking here coming into this Sunday Night Football game? Mackie, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, Jets are in shambles right now. There's a lot of locker room problems going on with them too, along with Zach Wilson. I think that stems all of it. The fact that Saleh, whatever the fuck his name is, wants to stick with Zach Wilson, but they don't even really want to play football right now. This Chiefs team is rolling. They just murdered the Bears, who are pretty similar to the Jets right now because of Zach Wilson at quarterback. But I think the Chiefs will roll. 9.5 is too high of a spread for me to take, especially on the road. But I think they cover it.
See, I think I am going to take this. I like the Chiefs minus 9.5 here. I think they're, for every reason you said, I don't think Zach Wilson's able to do much against this Chiefs defense. It's able to do enough with guys like Chris Jones. They got Chris Jones back. You'll see him pulling Zach Wilson down once or twice. I like the Chiefs in this spot. I think they win this game possibly like 31-14,
31-9.
31-13.
The
Yeah,
over.
I agree.
I don't think it's close.
No, I agree. Honestly, it's just weird because this team is imploding bad. Like that, all of the things that have been coming out recently about Salah, obviously, in that locker room, just kind of losing things in there. I'd like to see kind of what's going on. Like it sucks that like they already
They should
did the
do Hard Knocks now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This would be sick Hard Knocks right now because like think about how bought in everybody was. Like you had Sauce Gardner go like heavily recruiting Aaron Rodgers. They finally get him there. Like, I can't imagine what it's like being a Jets fan right now, but like just to hear everything that's coming out of that locker room is just absolutely disgusting. By the way, where's Dalvin Cook? Like, where the hell is that guy?
Once Aaron Rodgers got hurt, they basically said, "All right, we'll just save you for next year too." I guess. Like I don't know.
I'm like, I obviously understood that Breece Hall's the guy, but like, where is he? He just doesn't play. Like, he does nothing. And honestly, like, that offense is just obviously bad with a capital B. And like Zach Wilson is just everything we thought he was. So I definitely think they're going to go in and get rocked by Patrick Mahomes. But I just hate that this is a primetime game. I need to say it again. Like, why the hell do we have to suffer through that? Like, especially after some cool. You know what's nice is at least we get to wake up early, watch the 9:30 games, and then maybe go to bed early at halftime because Mahomes is going to have that thing wrapped up with a bow after the first half. So
yeah, Patrick.
What do you got?
On the
Chiefs
Taylor
here.
Swift, Travis Kelce,
Yeah.
Chiefs by a million. Zach Wilson, putrid, embarrassing. Defense doesn't even want to play for Saleh anymore. Saleh's gonna get run out of New York just because of the way he's
I was gonna say
handling the
he could
situation.
I could see him get fired in the next 2
Which
weeks.
is tough because he's a great coach, I think, too. But like the way they're handling this Zach Wilson thing, I know it's probably from upper management, but you're blowing up your locker room. Self-destruction in front of us.
I was gonna say I think he lost the room. I think he's at a point where there's no turning back with him at this point.
Like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
who's leading
You
the-
lost him
who's
in
leading
week
the way on
1.
that?
Go fucking sign someone right now, just so he's on your bench learning the plays. Let Zach Wilson play 2 or 3 games because he knows your system. And now pull the plug and this guy's ready to go. Like, they had so many different options and they did nothing.
They went and got their guy. They got Simeon.
Yeah, that's their guy. There was better options. He's not terrible either, but like it took them long enough. You would have thought they would have grabbed someone literally after week 1.
Well, or they should have went and grabbed RG3 after he pitched himself to him on first take.
Should have grabbed Colin Kaepernick. He'd be much better than Wilson.
No, but who? Do you guys see that thing? Who's leading the charge right now in that locker room against?
I don't even want to
Kyler?
talk about this team.
Why?
I don't know. I just know the defense. They said the defense is pissed.
Yeah, I mean, I would be too. That's the only thing that like their defense is legit. Like, it's sad. This would have been a cool game too. Like, think about it: Rodgers and Mahomes in the prime time. We got robbed of a good one here.
You're very right.
I don't think they've ever played each other.
That would have been so fun to watch.
Because last year Rodgers was that was the game Love played.
Of course, good. Yeah, so I don't even know if we're gonna be able to see it.
They were definitely gearing up for a huge matchup there on Sunday Night Football, but we sadly will not get it with the Aaron Rodgers injury. Let's jump over to this Monday Night Football game. Seahawks and Giants just won this week. We've had 2 the past 2 weeks, so lots of eyes on this one. The Seahawks visiting the Giants, also in East Rutherford there. The Giants are the favorite here, -1.5. Their money line, -110. The Seahawks money line at -106. And the total at 47.5. The trends I have here: the Giants have lost 7 straight Monday Night Football games straight up. They're 2-10 against 2-10 straight up in their last 12 Monday Night Football games. The under is 19-4 in Seattle's last 23 games versus any NFC East opponents, and the Seahawks are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games against the Giants. Huff, why don't you get us started on this one here? Monday Night Football. We will be having a video released here on Monday morning for this game. But Huff, what are you thinking now?
Yeah, I actually kind of like this game. I have a couple things that I've been looking at on this one. Obviously, the first one, primetime, first half under is 23.5. That is going to soar under. That is my mortal lock of the week. I'll give it to you now because that line is going to change by the time we talk on Sunday. Under 23.5, first half, Seahawks Giants. That is my favorite bet of the week. I just saw that number. That game, I was expecting like a 20. It is going under 23.5. I can promise you that. I do lean on the Seahawks as well. The other bet that I did like was Jason Myers over 1.5 field goals. I can't find the line on it right now. He's gone over that prop 2 out of the 3 weeks. The 1 week that he didn't, it was in Detroit when they were just scoring all the touchdowns, so he just didn't really get the chance. I like him to get the 2 field goals. I like the first half to go under. I think the Seahawks win the game, but I'm probably going to go with those 2 bets on the other side. But I don't know. That Seahawks, the -106 is very tempting for that Seahawks team. I'm big on Kenneth Walker. I might have to add a rushing prop in for him as well.
Oh, reliable, Huff. I mean, you've strayed away from it recently, but I think you should stick to it often because it's always smacking. I've been up and down on the Seahawks team. I can't really get a true gauge on them, but I do think they get the win this week. I'm so against the this Giants team. I know Saquon's questionable. I don't think he ends up playing this week. They have a lot more bigger fish to fry, even though this could be one of the teams come the end of the season, they're battling for a wild card seat if the Giants can find a way to stick around. I think Daniel Jones continues to air the ball out, find Darius Slayton through the air. But I do think that these Seahawks are going to get the job done. I think they're a much better team than the New York Giants on both sides of the ball. Two great coaches going at it. A lot of respect for Pete Carroll and Brian Daboll. But I like this even line for the Seattle Seahawks in the prime time. Give me Geno Smith going back to New York. He's played at MetLife many a time, and I think he can prove that he's going to be successful there for once. Too many weapons on that side of the ball, like Kenneth Walker, like you said, Huff. Give me the Seahawks here, even on the money line. I'm probably going to put this on my card as well.
Yeah, I kind of like the Seahawks as well, especially with Daniel Jones' primetime record. I think he's 1-11, which is literally the worst of all time in primetime, of minimum of 10 games. So he just can't figure out on primetime. This Giants team doesn't look very good. Seahawks, I don't really hate them either. I'm surprised with this spread. I feel like it should be more of a 2.5 point spread for the Seahawks. So it's kind of sketching me out a little. Just might stray away from it for that reason, but I definitely do lean the Seahawks.
Mackie, it's going to shift that way if Saquon's ultimately ruled out, which I think he will be.
Like?
I think he will be.
He's
supposed to be out.
I think he will too. Honestly, it's going to be weird without him because obviously I would have liked them a lot more playing at home on Monday Night Football, but I really like that defense. Obviously, in New York, I think they have a lot of good looks now coming with that new look defense with our old DC. So they're going to bring a lot of man pressure. They have a lot of weapons in Seattle, but they're going to get to Geno Smith, of course. So it'll be a fun one to watch. I definitely like that line you were mentioning, Huff. That's going to be a good one. I definitely expect that to go down too. That's crazy. What did you say it was? 23.5?
23.5.
That's wild. That's insane to me.
I'm licking my lips at that. That is fucking
locking
crazy. Yeah, I'm literally about to lock this in right now. That's worth it because I'm probably not even going to be able to bet it while we're in Dallas. That's a good point.
It's Monday night.
Who's making that line? That's insane. 23.5. Give me that. Give me all that.
Yeah. Please.
Alrighty, boys. Lots of good stuff here in week 4. That wraps up all the games we have this week. Thursday Night Football, Sunday, 1, 4, and 8 p.m., and Monday Night Football. Got a couple other little points here before we get on out of here. First one being in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks swoop in out of nowhere and trade for star point guard Damian Lillard from the Portland Trailblazers. Giannis got his star point guard to work with. Does this make the Bucks a title favorite? What do we think they're going to do? Curious to hear what you guys think as this news came out here today.
Yeah, it makes them the title favorite. I saw the odds shift. I think they went down to plus 600 to win the whole thing. I'm trying to pull it up here to see the exact odds.
No, they're 330 to win it all now. They were plus 580.
Okay, that's what it was. They were around 6-1, and now they're at I see 390 on DraftKings. So they are the favorite. I'm probably still going to run it back with Jokic and the Nuggets to get there out of that West. Just because that East is a gauntlet over there. But, yeah, I mean, you got to respect it. I'm big on Giannis. I've been big on this Bucks team. I picked them to get there last year, and they couldn't get the job done. You got to think with a guy like Damian Lillard coming in there that they're able to get over the hump and get back to that NBA final spot where they were in 2019.
Yeah, who?
Bucks?
The Bucks. It might be a little bit after
2021.
21?
Yeah.
They're just all during COVID. Toronto. It's all the same year.
Yeah, same time.
But this is just incredible. I mean, I'm actually really excited to watch this go down and see how Dame meshes with that Bucks team because it's really not just Giannis. It's Chris Middleton too. Chris Middleton's a superstar over there. So that big three that they got going up in Milwaukee, it's definitely going to be exciting to watch this year. I think that they should win. I don't really see who can stand in their way.
It's going to be good matchups with the Celtics, Sixers, and those Heat are always sticking around. But one thing that not surprised me, but it was tough to see at least, was Drew Holiday's quote the day before he got traded. Said he loved to be in Milwaukee. Milwaukee's home. I'm going nowhere else. Then the next day, see ya. That's why it's a business. Can't be putting quotes like that out there. But Dame time in Milwaukee, in the prime time, people actually caring about him, will be interesting. I think the Trailblazers might be rebuilding pretty well with the haul they got back, though, in my opinion.
I'm just excited to actually be able to watch Damian Lillard play and not have to stay up until fucking 1 a.m. to watch a Portland Trailblazers game.
I liked watching him on the Trailblazers court, and he was saying it was his home for life, but the antics he
we knew
that
wasn't going to last. I said that for years. You knew he wasn't going to end his career.
What about DeAndre
there.
Ayton being thrown into that deal? Like, It's not a bad haul
Suns
by the
weren't happy with him.
Trailblazers.
They haven't been happy with him.
No, but the Trailblazers get a haul back. They really do. Think about the packages that were being thrown around from Miami and whatnot. It was kind of shit they were offering for Damian Lillard. This is a legitimate package that you can get back and build from and still be relevant.
They have a nice young roster. They're going to build around
Drew
it.
Holiday, Grayson Allen, DeAndre Ayton, those are good pieces on any NBA team. You could flip them to a contender if you find yourself out and get really good picks for them.
And you got Anthony and Scoot already there. I mean, they could build around that team definitely, but I don't see them doing anything this year.
They had Jerami Grant as well.
No.
Jerami Grant just went to Phoenix, I think.
But he left this off.
In that, no, it was like in that trade.
Oh, he was a part of it.
I could be wrong, but yeah. I had people telling me that they have a chance to be a bubble playoff team this year. I said no way. Maybe 2-3 years they can definitely be something, but
everybody's
they'll be competitive.
Everybody's in the bubble playoff hunt though.
Yeah,
with
fucking
11 teams.
What,
or
1 through
teams.
10 seed make the fucking
Yeah. I mean, you just have to not be awful.
Yeah. Especially in the West.
It'll be fun to watch though. Another great team in the East. Another great team to contend for a title in the East. Giannis got to be hyped.
Alrighty, that's the only thing we have here in the NBA. One little point in the NHL. The Ottawa Senators have officially sold $950 million was the price for the franchise. Michael Andlar and his group have purchased the team, and I couldn't find really anything special on him, like if he owns anything else or whatever, but he's a part of a group that owns some other, like, I think medical businesses in Canada, so pretty interesting one there.
The value of this team is going to go up. The value of this team, obviously we know that inflation is going to go up. Every team's going to go up, but the value of this team is only going to go up in the future. Young core, great time to buy in. So hopefully they can keep sucking for my Bruins' sake. But they're on the up and coming.
Alrighty, that's all I got this week, boys. Great stuff out of the NFL. Week 4 here. We got Dallas this weekend. We got the NHL and the MLB quickly approaching. That's all I got. You guys got anything else to add?
No, make sure you're staying tuned to the social medias. Obviously, we got a big weekend in college football as well. Colorado got blown out last weekend. We get them in USC this week. Kansas, Texas, and then LSU, Ole Miss are just to name a couple of the big matchups. Notre Dame, Duke. So another pretty good back-to-back college football card. So stay tuned for that. College football card has been absolutely rolling. We're on fire in college football. So definitely not going to want to miss those plays on Saturday. Other than that, like you said, Dallas this weekend. Stay tuned for all the content that we're going to get out there. Drop a like, follow, the whole 9 yards. We appreciate anything you do. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next week. We'll see you Sunday morning as well for the live stream, live from Dallas. First one, we're all in person. I'm pumped for that. So, get the boys together and see how things flow in person compared to when we're all virtual.
Yeah, I'm hyped for this. Get the boys together. Will be a great weekend, and then get to see my Patriots in an amazing stadium. Should be a great matchup. Gonna look to keep leading that card. Up over almost at 6 units now, plus on the year. Great week, 7-2 last week. Our whole team in plus on the season, so definitely tap in that college football card. I've been tailing it and getting involved a bit more because the boys have been so green. But yeah, tune in, like, follow, subscribe, tell a friend. Go Pats.
Good stuff. Big Hoss, thank you for coming, sir. Nice to see you here for another season. Hopefully have you back here soon.
Yeah, definitely excited to be here again. Thank you guys for having me. I'll see you guys down the line when the Ravens are at the top of the AFC again. So enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend in Dallas. You guys have been obviously always great. Let's go Ravens!
Live from the Ravens room, Big Hoss.
I'm sure I'll talk to you next week. We got Steelers Ravens next week. I'm sure. I know.
I kind of wish we waited a week. I would have loved to talk to you after we smack you guys. Is this one in Hines or is it going to be at the bank?
This one's in Pittsburgh.
Oh,
week 18's in Baltimore.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's not Hines anymore either, right?
Yeah.
It's Heinz Field until I die. I'll tell you that. Staples Center, Heinz Field, Ballpark Arena.
I agree.
Can't wait for that.
All right, well, that's gonna do it. Like you said, we'll see you guys Sunday morning for the live stream. So, are we a little earlier in Dallas?